hey, look. Hey, look. Hey.
I try to clap loud as hard as I can so I don't die in my sleep.
Yeah, that would be the goal.
If I don't clap as hard as I can, I die. That's what my OCD
Why do you
tells
think?
me.
Why do you think that we've defaulted to clapping as like the universal symbol of like, oh, good job? You know what I mean?
Because the people that were clapping can hear it. They can hear us doing it.
I guess, but why not like? I guess we do scream. These people do scream and shout and let it all out. But I don't know. Clapping just seems strange because like people sometimes I don't know, man. Sometimes I'll be like at like a concert or something, or I'll be at like a place where there's like some shit like that going on, and people are like really it can't not hurt. You know what I mean? Like it can't not hurt the way they're doing it, and I worry about those people. But not really. I don't care. Fuck them. They can.
I don't.
For all I care.
You're lying. You didn't worry about people at all. You don't care about those people.
Yeah.
I worry about the mindset of somebody who would do that to their own hands to simply display approval that could really be easily shown by putting in half as much effort. Like I just don't understand.
You really don't. I think you want to care. You think it's a fad. You don't give a fuck.
A fad?
Yeah, like a fad.
Applause?
Like a trend. Like
whatever.
Like a fad.
Fuck
like
you.
A fad. Like, oh yeah, people should care.
That's not what that's not what that is at all. That's not what that is at all. Never mind. We're getting off topic. Welcome to Snark Tank, a podcast that we do every now and again when we remember to do it. When Sweeney remembers to log in for our Patreon, we post these episodes.
I post them all the time. I got that over. I just don't post the link. You know what I haven't posted still? I don't think I posted the Discord link last night. Let me see if I did.
Yeah, I bet you didn't.
That's insane if you haven't, because we talked about that like 2 days ago or something. I remember it being the 29th, and I was like,
I did.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, might as well not post it then.
Watch never posted again.
Watch it be broken.
Probably.
It's like it's another broken link. Welcome to the Snark Tank podcast.
There's always something.
There's always something wrong. There's always something wrong. We appreciate all of our homeless listeners, all of our people, our denizens on the street, slurping rats out of the sewers and bubbling their piss.
Full little boys for dinner.
We were playing these ladles. Sewage water and rats.
That's so. Imagine sewage water and rat stew.
Was it on this show, Kingston, that we were talking about sucking worms out of the dirt? I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Every time it rains, this guy goes outside really giddily and starts sucking the worms off the ground. And they're all like oily and shit like that. He loves it.
So we're going to get into questions, obviously. And there's some stuff to talk about, like with Suicide Squad. But I do want to mention this before I forget, because Kingston and I we're playing Halo yesterday, and I don't know what happened exactly, but we ended up on this tangent where we couldn't stop impersonating an alternate Sylvester Stallone who had spent his entire life drinking piss and not knowing that people didn't have to do that for like a good 40 minutes. And it was probably like the highlight of my week, I think. I think it made me smile so hard.
It was so funny because Lily thought it was the least funny shit ever. So it made
Lily got
funny.
mad. She actually, like, I've never heard Lily this angry. Like, she came into the room and said, I hope you, she threatened us, basically. Like, she said, I hope you get hurt, I hope you get hit by a car and die. Like, Lily said this verbatim with her voice.
Is she like a diehard Sylvester Stallone fan?
She's a Sly stan. Yeah, she is.
First of all, that was part of the conversation where it's like, is she a big fan of Sylvester Stallone and she's like offended that we're disrespecting him? Or is she a piss drinker and she's offended that we're mocking?
Or is she a piss?
Yeah.
She's mad.
Or is
That's
she
why
a
she
piss
was
drinker?
I remember seeing her look slightly angry when we were talking about that horror film. We're talking about that dude fucking drinking piss all the time.
The guy that was drinking piss inside the bathroom.
I was looking over and like...
She did look a little mad after that. I'm not going to lie.
It ain't good,
she did
man.
Look a little upset.
It ain't good. It's scary.
Oh, man. We got to catch her.
She very
she
very
really
well might
cares
be.
about her piss, dude. I'm being honest. She cares about her
Yeah,
piss.
you
You
do.
gotta catch you drinking piss now, dude. You know what you gotta do. I'm completely against this. I'm completely against you putting cameras in a bathroom for obvious reasons, but I imagine she probably fucking in like the dog. You know when the dogs go in and drink the toilet water? She just like that's the only way she can do it without anybody noticing, right? Because
dude,
if you
Lily's
come
a
out
piss
and
drinker,
yeah,
oh my fuck, dude.
You guys got some shit you gotta talk about.
It's the
She
simplest.
just texted me. Are you guys saying I like piss right now? She just texted me that literally. She literally texted you guys saying I fucking like piss. Look.
Are you saying I like
see it, but it's y'all suck.
I love that she can fucking hear. That's so funny.
So are those angry face emojis?
Yeah,
That's so fucking
That's
funny.
pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, the simple Occam's razor suggests that she's just a gargler of the piss, just like Sylvester Stallone, just like we were talking
it's
about.
fine to like piss as long as you can
It's
admit
fine
you
to like piss. It's
That's
like
my
Sylvester
thing.
Stallone likes piss. There was that interview he gave where it's like, listen, I've been drinking piss ever since I was 5 years old. I couldn't stop drinking piss.
You guys don't like a good cup of piss in the morning? I think piss is mandatory. I think a good glass of piss is mandatory. As I wake up, drink some piss, go back to bed, piss myself.
Yo, the producers made me change the egg scene where I drink the raw eggs because they made me change it.
Yo,
for
you
piss.
guys have seen Cocky, right? You guys have seen Cocky.
I try to fight for the piss, but they said the audience would connect with
Yeah. I tried to
connect
convince
me.
the director.
They
to let me drink piss on screen because I felt like it was the best way to convey Rocky's dedication to the cause. But they just
Exactly. I like drinking
weren't
piss.
having it. Something about it being fucking disgusting and fucking scary, and that I should be
That's
fired
crazy.
for doing this.
People will sit here and drink a glass of water and won't fucking bat an eye, but when I start gargling down all the piss I can find, everybody gets mad at me. I can't really believe the way we live in.
I was 45 years old when I learned that other liquids weren't simply just mixers for different pisses. That's how old that was.
When I was a child, my dad would purposely piss in every pitcher of lemonade I can find just to give us the flavor we desired as children.
I like the idea
That's
of
what a big pisser took off.
yeah.
It's not even a good impression. That's what I love
Of
about
course,
it.
it sounds like Sylvester Stallone if he was a clown. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like
It
he's
sounds like
"Hey,
Jimmy,
kids."
but a deep voiced Jimmy from South Park. That's all it sounds like.
A little bit.
He
does sound,
Sylvester Stallone.
Slightly
He's
disabled.
Sylvester. He's Sylvester
Stop.
Stallone.
Shut the fuck up, Chris.
Sylvester is amazing.
Ew,
That is
Sylvester
an
Stallone.
amazing photo in my head. Sylvester Stallone as a jester.
With just one of those like 3-pronged hats of silver things on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's just
Exactly.
drinking piss in a crazy straw. Just
Just the silly. His straw is so skilly, it's dangerous. It's almost illegal how silly that straw is.
It goes in so many different directions. It takes him. It's coming. He's wearing one of those jester hats, but it's also a soda drink hat, and it's so full of piss.
Hell yeah.
And the straws are so fucking outrageous. It takes from the second he starts sucking, it takes a minute for the liquid to get to it.
That's crazy. Imagine being direly thirsty and that's what you gotta go through.
Dude, that's so
You're
much sucking. That is
extremely
so
thirsty,
much.
and you gotta. And it's taking forever to get there.
He's got the biggest lungs though, so because he just takes these huge fucking breaths, so he can just suck for a minute to make sure he quenches his thirst.
A big
Dude,
reason
he
why I can get
gargles
so much
piss.
air in my body, by the way. I can get so much air in my body because all these years of drinking piss has eroded my esophagus and inner lining of my mouth. There's a lot more space in
He
there for all the
drinks-
air that I can suck in.
He gargles piss into mist, dude. When he starts
Hey,
piss
me.
gargling, a piss turns into
Hey, it's me,
dust.
Jimmy Fallon. Welcome to my stupid show. We have here piss gesture Stallone, and I just want to ask you a quick
Hey.
question. How
Yeah,
did
course.
you get into drinking piss? I'm funny. Please clap.
Well, for the
Please
second I was
clap.
born, I was born pissing in my own mouth, and I thought this is the way to live. I thought there's
I
no.
was like,
nothing
my God,
better
I
than
love pissing.
See, I was born on suicide watch, and the second I pissed in my own mouth, I found a reason to live.
Well, that's so funny. It's
I was born on
way funnier than
suicide
anything I
watch.
could ever think of.
That is such an outrageous
Jimmy
thing.
Fallon going,
That is so
that's
outrageous.
so funny. Sylvester Stallone. Anyway, what the fuck is going on?
Let's do some karaoke.
Jimmy
and
Fallon
please
says
stop
outward. That's
gargling
hilarious.
piss while we
We're born
do
on
it.
suicide watch.
Oh, fuck.
Please stop gargling piss for 1 minute and answer my questions.
Welcome to the Late Show. Welcome to the Late Show. This is our newest segment, Carpool and Gargle Piss, with Sylvester Stallone. It's just two people on a really long, boring commute gargling piss the whole time.
What's fucked up is I would watch that. I would actually watch that.
Oh my god!
Why would you watch that? For what purpose?
so absurd.
You wouldn't watch
would
various
not watch that
celebrities
show.
of varying degrees of stature and stardom with Jimmy Fallon in a car commuting, gargling piss the whole time?
Dude,
I would watch it for a little bit, but I would not make that a regular watch of mine.
I would
Well, yeah,
watch.
you get the
at
highlights.
least
Because I'd want to
like,
see it at least
a
once.
few
So I'd be
seconds
like, "Let
of
me
every
watch this
celebrity.
once."
Like I want to see fucking Taylor Swift, and just you're the biggest celebrity on earth right now, just fucking gargling like really fucking dark piss. Piss that someone who's severely dehydrated.
Might
and
as well
she
be
just
coffee.
like, yeah, and then she just like doing her, I don't know, whatever song she has. That
Piss is
summer
bright
one.
brown, dude.
There's one with summer.
It
I
is
keep hearing.
crazy. It is crazy to me that like you said Taylor Swift, and it's funny because that's the first thing I thought too.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so crazy that she's just become the default celebrity. Like even to people who like
Yeah.
aren't, like I'm not even like a fan of Taylor Swift, not like a hater or anything, but it's just not for
I
me
mean,
at
it's
all.
just you
It's
guys
just
are gonna be
it's
full
just
celebrity.
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, she's just
you,
objectively
she
she
would be
is
full
the biggest celebrity on the planet right now. Like I don't know who else
Absolutely.
is bigger.
I guess.
Really.
No,
have you
she
seen-
is. No,
Guess.
you're right. You're right.
No,
you're right.
she by far.
No, you're right. You're right.
She even, dude, Drake's even fucking jealous of her success. He's even took a little shot at her in one of his bars as far as like, because he wants to be number one, but obviously Taylor, no one's gonna touch that shit. And
Yeah.
speaking of Taylor Swift, there is something we could talk about. I just learned about that. So the Taylor Swift's dating a guy named Travis Kelce, who's a it doesn't matter what he is, but I was gonna say he's a tight end for the
He's
Kansas
like a
City
baseball
Chiefs.
player or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the enforcers in soccer ball or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah. He's a shortstop
Soccer
for the
ball.
Kansas City Knicks.
Yeah, like
The Kansas City Stevie Nicks.
he's the Kansas City Stevie Nicks, and I guess he won a ticket to the Stanley Cup or something, and Taylor Swift's dating him, and the right it is in unison. They all, I guess, since she's just like I don't even know if she's ever said what she is. I think she's come
definitely,
out and, in
she's
support
a
of
liberal
like
for sure.
feminism or something. I guess.
Yeah, she's a liberal.
I mean, I just,
you know?
I think by default, I just don't know if she's ever like actually came out other than saying, "Hey, register to vote." And
She has talked about. I feel like I remember a video where she was. I mean, this might be a dream. I don't know, but I don't know why I would be dreaming about Taylor Swift's political opinions.
Yeah,
So
I
I feel
don't
like it's
know either.
real. But there's a video of. I think there's a video of Taylor Swift talking about how she feels a responsibility to like, not put like to specifically be as outwardly political as possible, and she's definitely not like a Trump person. So like you can just kind of assume. I don't know why I remember this video.
Yeah.
Like I stumbled across it on Twitter or something. I think because the right was angry about it. Actually, like straight up. I think
yeah,
I just saw people clipping it.
you're
It's like,
probably right.
yeah.
You're probably right. The only thing I know now, even though I definitely know she has not endorsed anyone for president this cycle or anything, but there's this grand conspiracy that first of all that they're saying the NFL is rigged. There's the crazies always say it's rigged no matter what. I just learned this yesterday that there's a conspiracy that the logo of the NFL, depending on the colors, determines who wins because it's happened a couple of times. Essentially, it's happened like
Are you
3
serious?
times. Yeah. So basically, when it shows the logo, it'll show usually 2 colors, and whichever color has the less of it wins. And that's basically, it actually coincidentally has happened, but like out of 50 something Super Bowls, it has only happened recently. And it's just, people latching on to any kind of coincidence possible. And now they're saying, oh, since Taylor Swift's dating Travis Kelce, of course the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl. I'm like, nigga, they've been 3 out of the last 4 fucking years.
The Chiefs have been amazing consistently the
player,
last
probably
few years.
He's probably going to possibly be better than Tom Brady. Like, Patrick Mahomes is arguably, bro, he's
the most likely to reach that height.
He's most likely to possibly
He's not going to.
him.
He's not.
Dude, he's so young.
Derek, stop. This is not. We're not a sports podcast. We're not going to go into this. We can argue about this later.
But it is very easy.
We can argue about this later between me and you.
I didn't know Kingston. I didn't know Kingston was such a big fan of kissing your dad on the mouth. But I mean,
no, I'm a big fan of like the best quarterback of all time because that was my only team I liked. But granted, I'd only watched like maybe like 6 games a season, so I'm gonna hold off.
This nigga was a Patriot fan. It's fucking sick bitch. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know you were into kissing fucking boys on the lips too. It's kind of weird.
Look, I'll kiss my son on the lips until he's like, "Hey, Dad, that's weird."
Nigga, I ain't
so he's
doing
like,
that
"Dad,
shit
that's
ever.
weird." I'm like, "I'm done."
I ain't teaching my son. I ain't teaching my son incest tendencies, man. I ain't teaching my son.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Yeah, what did you say? Pope Benedict? Is that what you said?
No. What did you say, Derek? Wait, everybody repeat what they just said. Everybody here, let's just repeat themselves.
I'm just saying, like, I ain't teaching my son incest tendencies, man. I ain't trying to have my son reluctantly fucking make out with me and shit. I ain't kissing that motherfucker on the lips. What the hell?
Reluctantly.
Yeah, because that's all. Every single time you see a little boy kiss their son or something like that or whatever, the son's always like, ew. He always wipes it off and he's like, yuck. It's always, but it's like, oh, that's cute. That's what boys, so cute. And I'm like, how about maybe
boys just being boys screaming the N-word at each
you
other.
Gotta be, look, just straight up, you gotta be, you have to be Italian for that to be okay. That's like that's the only because that's the culture there. Like they just make out with each other. It's like, hey, Tony, how you doing? Tongue my nostrils, Tony. Come on, what you doing? Show me some love. And then they slurp on each other. But
hey, Paisan, you want to suck
and then
my
they
nose?
Start fucking blowing them. Hey, fucking 5-minute blowjob just for a greet.
I love the idea of like shaking hands with like an Italian mobster, and then for like 2 frames. They're 69ing naked vertically, and then like on the 3rd frame, they're back to normal.
They're back to normal.
2 solid frames of real
that
hard
is amazing. They pulled their fucking clothes off that fast.
Full throttle contact.
And then they're back
full
to normal.
throttle.
I've noticed that
fuck.
A big cheat code to make me laugh is to just do something really fast and impossible.
Right.
And then pretend like it never happened. Like, I feel like that's why Smiling Friends did it a lot for me. Zach's show, friend of the show, Zach's, because there's so many moments in that show where people just like move like mega quick. And it's fucking, it kills me. I don't know what it is.
That's one thing that I noticed about Family Guy back in the day. Or like something, and then all of a sudden Peter falls and breaks the table. Impossibly fast within a frame or something.
And the position he's in is like impossible to be in. Like it's
dude, that position where his leg is bent and his arm is bent the wrong way. I love that shit, dude. Classic Family Guy.
Is that the most iconic thing to come out of Family Guy?
In my opinion, yes.
Like, do you know what
in my opinion, yes.
Wait, no. I can think of something. Wait. That fall is up there for sure.
In my opinion, just that frame, fucking that sequence.
No, giggity. Quagmire's Lab is the most iconic thing from Family Guy.
No, it isn't.
I think it is.
It's not even close.
I'm a hard disagree
it's a
with that.
catchphrase. But what I mean is,
I think it's probably the most iconic thing.
I don't think so at all. But so what I mean by icon, I don't mean necessarily like a catchphrase. It's not like, oh, Steve Urkel, like, did I do that? You know what I mean? Like, there's catchphrases like that in Family Guy or whatever. Like that's fine. Or like the chicken fights. I get it. But like there are other shows. I'll put it this way: like that fall is almost like the Wilhelm scream of of Family Guy, because like I've seen a lot of like screenshots of cartoons where characters have fallen in that exact way, and it's no mistake. Like it's very clearly like this is the Family Guy fall because it's funny.
And that's interesting to me because I can't think of an example of like The Simpsons having something like that, even though The Simpsons is objectively like a more iconic show. You know what I mean? Where like there's more like iconic moments to it, or like there's more like memorable jokes or whatever, or like catchphrases or quotes. But like I've never seen something from The Simpsons translate to like so many other things like that. So that's that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, that's a really weird tangent, but
it's great. I mean, that I feel like it's something that only cartoons was, obviously able to get away with, and it's something that I'm actually surprised that a lot of cartoons never did it. As far as even just not even falling, just something happening, there was nothing, right? There's just like probably 2 seconds of dead air, and then in the next frame, boom, there is the result, like whether it's a fall or someone gets punched or something happening like that it didn't happen very often, or if at all, when I'm trying to rack my brain. And so they kind of mastered that. So good on them.
The most iconic. I'm trying to think of the most iconic.
So I Google.
thing.
So I write Family Guy into Google, and the first thing that comes up, I've never Googled this before, is Family Guy death pose, which is fucking crazy.
Death pose?
What about the knee thing? Then fitting his knee.
That's a joke.
Yeah,
the
exaggerated thing is a great moment. It's probably one of the most memorable moments of Family Guy. But as far as like something that was like influential and something that I personally like the most about it is that style, because I love that style of comedy where that's what I love when people do it. For example, they do it a lot even in YouTube videos where they may be saying something, they say something absolutely absurd, and then maybe they'll either pause for a second and then just immediately cut to the next thing. Kind of like it's just like that disruption. That sudden switch, or that from you just cut out all of the bullshit in between. Like imagine if Peter fell and you saw every frame of it, and it was like as how an actual human would fall. It wouldn't translate. It just wouldn't. Yeah. It wouldn't be nearly as funny as it just. It already fell. He's done. He's twisted. He's fucked up. Table's broken or something like that, or anything like that. It just.
He pretzels himself the fuck up. It's such a funny fucking pose. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. We were talking about Tom Brady molesting something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh. I was just saying Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has become the boogeyman for conservatives because they're scared. They're scared that, and the NFL's rigged, and every conspiracy theory that you can think of is because of Taylor Swift. And know what they found out? They
what?
So Taylor's so they, obviously a lot of people on that over there are anti-Semitic, all these fucking Jewish space slaves. You heard Marjorie Taylor Greene, blah 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 blah. So George Soros is somebody who they despise for similar reasons. He owns a lot of left-leaning media, and apparently there's a handful of people, including himself, that owns Taylor Swift's music. That guy Scooter, whatever the fuck, sold it.
Oh
or
yeah.
something. Yeah. And because of that, so she made her own music, right? There's the Taylor Swift version of stuff. They think that George Soros is controlling her, even though she's pissed off at George Soros and alike for owning her music and not selling it to her. She wants her masters. Yeah. And they're saying, "Oh, she's controlled by this guy." And I'm like, "It's the fucking opposite, dude. She doesn't like that guy."
People don't.
It's crazy.
It's wild. It is wild how people think about something for exactly like if a complete thought is a staircase, people get on the first step and they go like, "Yup, I'm on the second floor now," and then they just they don't think for even like a minute longer about like where they've arrived in these situations. It really is baffling. But I did see that too. Like I did see a bunch of people talking about how like, oh, it's the Super Bowl is rigged. And honestly, I don't know, man. Like I don't know enough about sports to even contend with it. Like that sounds like something that might, like I could see that being like, I could see easily like ratings minded, money minded people being like, dude, Taylor Swift needs to be at the fucking Super Bowl. Like, if we can get Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, we'll do it. Like, I could believe that. But also, like, I would be more inclined to believe that if that team just wasn't historically very good. You know what I mean? Like if they weren't already kind of on fire. Like if they were just sucking forever and then all of a sudden they just got this spike because they were dating Taylor Swift, I'd be like, there's something there for sure. Yeah. Like that's definitely would be, like,
right. And yeah, no, Travis Kelce's been one of the most famous people, one of the best tight ends. So naturally, she wants to date that guy who's already been in the limelight. It's not even that, like, the other, like, she probably would have wanted to date Patrick Mahomes, but that dude's, like, married and shit. He's already good. I'm sure she would love to date the most popular guy in the league. There's another person that's, but anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. It's people, the conspiracies, look, man, and I want to say to the people that would probably think, oh, you're being naive, that they're not pulling some type of strings. I think to a certain extent, once they are in a certain situation, I wouldn't doubt that, say, maybe you pay the referees to look the other way in certain instances, or try your best to make these people win, but don't make it obvious because of money. I wouldn't even be surprised by that. But say, for example, if the best teams didn't make it, well, you can't, well, they fucked up. Now they have to make the best out of a shitty situation. That's basically how they would operate. But the people still have to catch the balls. They still have to, you know what I mean? Are they fucking faking them catching the balls? Or are they, like, that's the thing where I'm like, like, y'all are being, y'all are acting like these people are perfect. Reason. And they're doing everything exactly as it's planned. Like it's a fucking play. And it's just a perfect theater. Like it's completely, or it's like it's a movie, right? It's completely manufactured or something. And I'm like,
the thing about it is that it would be,
come on.
It would be infinitely harder to fake it than it would be to just simply let it occur.
Right.
Like it's kind of like it's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all stupid. It's silly. It's silly when you start, just like your analogy beforehand. They made it to the first step, and then they kind of like just didn't go any further. They didn't think about how hard it would be.
I'm happy here. I'm happy here just at the first step. I'm drinking my piss. I'm enjoying my time here at the first step.
Baby.
I'm really having a good time with this piss, I swear.
Adrian, don't come up to this piss.
But yeah, no, there's
having a really good
there's
time.
a derangement. There's just a general derangement about so many things. That, like I feel like it even extends to like the Suicide Squad stuff also. Where like I don't know how people got to this point where you can only love something or you can only criticize something, and there's like no room for just acknowledging what is objectively bad about something or what is measurably bad about something and what is probably not even really connected to any of that. It's either like all of this is terrible because it's this, or it's the best thing anyone's ever seen. And I don't know why this has happened. I don't know how this happened.
It's been weird.
People have a weird.
I don't know either. I actually want to ask you guys.
Connection to heroes.
But I've never seen.
That's Suicide Squad stuff for sure.
I've never seen. Look, this first and foremost. Shame on you people that have spoiled the living fuck out of this game. Because it's just, now personally, I don't give a shit because I wasn't planning on playing it. There's too many things in my backlog. I have no interest in playing it right now. I don't really care personally. But the amount of spoils that I've seen, because I usually actually don't see very many spoilers on my timeline. It doesn't happen very often. And if I suspect something, I'll just click away. I've seen pretty much almost every cutscene on fucking Twitter. And me too. And here's the thing. I thought, when the way that a lot of people were preferencing these things in their captions, I thought, oh, this is going to be fucking terrible. And this is what was annoying me, like, because there was some dumb stuff, right. But I thought the way that they were talking about it was as if it was, this is so, like, for example, spoiler for anybody. I guess, is even a spoiler? I think you knew that Batman was, what's up?
We can't talk about this without, like, I'm sorry if you're if you're excited for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I guess skip this conversation. But I mean, I guess for me, I feel kind of, I don't know how you would even spoil this game because the title. Look, whatever. There's spoilers for Suicide Squad happen. Kill the Justice League, but yeah, let's
what's gonna happen. I just want to say. So I want to get you guys' take on this because I've seen different takes, but I saw people that were really upset about Batman, I guess, just they said unceremoniously just being shot, and that was it. And I guess from somebody, and this is somebody who is a massive fan of Batman and Kevin Conroy and everything, I saw that and I was I felt indifferent.
Yeah,
I didn't
me too.
think it was awesome. I didn't think it was disrespectful, in my opinion. I didn't feel. I thought I was like that. Yeah, that was a scene that let's get rid of him. That's just how I felt.
It's not.
Can I interject?
Of course.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. You're the
Bat
comic
being
guy.
killed by Harley Quinn is fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's one of them.
Bruce Wayne Batman being killed by Harley Quinn is fucking retarded. You gotta. For what it is what it is. You know, for what it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know. But it being Harley that killed him is outrageous.
What's the difference?
Because Batman doesn't take her seriously.
Put the bullet.
She's like, "Oh, you're like
him.
a dumb dog that exists in where I am, and you and your master get together and do silly things sometimes, but you're just a dog." So I was
in
like,
the animated series, she almost killed him. It's
she
not,
did because Batman didn't take her seriously.
But I just don't.
She almost did. You're right. You're right. You're 100% correct. But it's Harley, you know.
It doesn't bother me. I don't know. Harley.
I guess
Harley has her moments throughout her existence of being extremely on point and focused, and then her being a complete joke. You know, at the same time.
I didn't really care that much as I'm like, this was going to happen. Obviously, they're going to give Harley to kill Batman because that's the two interconnected characters. You know, Batman doesn't give a fuck about Deadshot and all that shit. And it's going to happen. You know, they're going to kill everybody. They're going to somehow kill Superman. I don't know how these fucking 4 cum stains are going to somehow kill literally divinity, but they're going to do it somehow. They're going to kill John, even though John can knock planets out of orbit. They're going to do this somehow. The moment they killed Flash, I was like, oh, they're going to be able to kill everybody because Flash is the hardest to kill out of all of them. Flash should just go back in time and beat up your mom while she's pregnant with you, you know? If this is gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
You absolutely have to suspend all of that. I remember I was 13
You gotta spin
years
the block,
old.
you know? You gotta be like, well, this is gonna happen. It's going.
Yeah. Dude, when I was 13 years old, just real quick, my friends and I had because Batman was always cooler than Superman, always, and always will be. But I was just trying to be realistic about it because we're 13-year-old dumbass kids, and I'm like, hey, let's be realistic about it. Because the whole idea was Batman versus Superman. Who would win? And I'm like, can we not talk about this? I'm like, I know we're 13, we're dumbass kids, and this is supposed to be fun, but this is a really dumb argument. And it's like, if we're going to make the comic book, right, just like, say, The Dark Knight Returns or anything, we're going to have to suspend a lot of shit to have fun with it. So my thing is, yeah, we can suspend a lot of things and have fun with it, but if we want to be real about it, you know, Superman could just pick up a block of an entire block that exists and then throw it, and Batman can't. What is he gonna do? Can he dodge? Can he get out of the way?
Yeah, Superman
that
can
is why
pick
that's
Batman
the
up.
problem I have with
Superman
DC
can
over
pick
Marvel.
Batman up and roll him into a meatball, literally. Like there's no fight there at all.
That is why there's a difference between Marvel and DC, right? Like Marvel and DC, like they both have their moments of outlandishness, right? You know, like every so often Spider-Man somehow comes up with a way to stop Hulk or like stuff like that. But in the moments where it's like, all right, Tony Stark, you gotta go stop Thor. Tony's like, no, I'm not doing that. There's no, he's gonna kill me. He's going to murder me. I'm not gonna go fight Thor. And it's like, oh, you sure? He's like, nah, I'm not doing that.
I will
we gotta
say
figure out another plan. Roll another plan.
In the comics, I've discovered less fuckery, but to be honest, I don't read as much Marvel comics as I did DC. Mm-hmm. In the MCU, though, I feel like there was a lot of nerfing to do this, to make a lot of characters exist alongside each other and fight
and have
or
their
anything.
moments, for sure.
There was a lot of fuckery, but it's expected. And so for the way that let's just say that the way that I saw people reacting to Batman being killed, it felt like oh, they pulled his pants down and fucked him to death or something. That was the type of vibe.
That's exactly
from
what
people.
I thought. I was
Captain Boomerang takes out his extraordinarily curved dick. It's curved into his hip, and he starts fucking him. His dick is curved. It's big and long and curved. It's poking into his hip, and he starts fucking Batman with it.
And it's like a 5-minute scene. Oh yeah,
when he
Mike,
when he
you like that?
when he
He's
when
got
he
to
comes
step on his own dick to straighten it out.
when he comes, it comes back to him.
It goes back in his dick. It goes back into his dick. So he just comes and goes right back in after.
So stupid.
The idea somebody coming in and coming
really
right
is,
back in is crazy.
Dude, that really is how the reaction was. It's like, I can't believe they pulled Batman's pants down and just fucking... I can't believe they opened his urethra and fucked his penis live on stream. And it's just like, what the fuck? He just got shot on a park bench. It's like it's unceremonious. Like there's nothing about the game that I find like exceptional. Like I sat and watched, because I don't think I really want to play it. Like there's nothing really about it that is drawing my attention. But I did watch all the cutscenes, and I had no fucking issue at all with really anything they did. Like, some of it's handled kind of weird. It's not written amazingly. I think there's like this really weird problem that it has presentation wise, where like there's a lot of dead air, and I don't know why. It's noticeable. Like, there's no music really underneath certain scenes, which is fine, but then there's like a lot of like awkward silences and dead airs. It's almost like they're acting through like it's almost like the actors are acting in person, but like with a Discord delay or something. Like there's like a really unnatural cadence to the way they all speak. But I was honestly, I don't know, man. I was watching it and I was kind of entertained by a lot more of it than I thought I would be. And so, like, to me, I'm just like, oh, this is kind of like not. And again, I really hate how this always gets twisted. It's like, well, you're running defense for the game. No, I still wouldn't recommend people buy it. It's 9 hours after 9 years of fucking development. There's really not much there for it. You're not really getting memorable, like, exceptional moments out of it. They squander a lot of the deaths of the Justice League, quite frankly. They're all kind of bland, you know? That's what blew my mind. It's like, I thought it was going to be the most offensive shit. When Deadshot shoots Green Lantern in the head after he's like depowered, it's off screen. And I was like, dude, if you're going to be disrespectful to the villain, if you're going to be disrespectful to the heroes, I want to see Green Lantern's head explode. Like, I want to see that.
I didn't see that.
It was off
like a lot of it kind of happens off screen.
It was like it panned away. Like,
bro,
it panned
that's like,
up.
Did you guys play oh my god, did you guys play Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe?
Yes.
Because that was Warner Brothers was all crying about that. It has to be rated T for teens. You can't murder the superheroes. So then you had Deadshot and Joker that had headshot fatalities or whatever, and they were off screen. So it was like implied.
It's so lame.
And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, just But then I can watch Thawne get his head fucking blown off in Flashpoint Paradox. You know, like, we can see some gruesome shit happen.
Right.
I don't see...
especially in a post-Invincible, post-The Boys climate, I think it's really lame for Rocksteady to be like, yeah, let's not show Green Lantern's head exploding. You're doing a game about the Suicide Squad.
That's because of it's not Rocksteady doing that. It's not Rocksteady doing that.
Do you think it's Warner Brothers?
Of course, it's Warner Brothers. 100% crying.
Warner Brothers. It is 2,000,000%.
But they made, but they already
agreed to make this.
They agreed to make a game where they die.
I understand.
Dude, they agreed to play in a Mortal Kombat game.
I guess
that's fair.
But the characters, those characters, Suicide Squad aren't. They are not Superman. They're not Batman. They're not Wonder Woman. They're not.
You're
Green
right.
Lantern.
Okay, all right. I get you. That's actually a good point. I hadn't
100%.
I hadn't.
I agree. They should
fair.
blow their fuck. I wanted someone to pull Flash's legs off and beat him to death with them. I think that would have been the most perfect way to kill Flash.
Yeah.
I think Batman. The best way to kill Batman.
I just want to say that would be so funny.
Showing Alfred getting raped. Perfect.
Yo, dude, I think awesome. Yeah, sincerely, like there's so many. The thing to me that the game really drops the ball with, I haven't played it. Like it doesn't look like it look, it's a live service looter shooter
It
based on the
looks
Suicide Squad. It makes no fucking
fine.
sense. Makes no sense. It looks like it's fun to play, but like it looks like it also doesn't make sense that it's these characters doing these things. Like if this was like, it almost looks like
a lot
Crackdown.
of stuff, man.
You know what? Have you ever played Crackdown?
It kind of does look like Crackdown.
It
Kind of
does.
It almost looks like Crackdown, where it's like
bit.
if this was like a new Crackdown game, it would have been like, dude, this actually looks fun. This actually looks sick. But it's Harley Quinn web swinging and fucking King Shark swimming through the sky with like a heavy machine gun. It's really fucking dumb.
That's the only.
So like, there's a lot of dumb things about it.
The only thing I am a massive fan of King Shark. So that's the only thing that even made me remotely interested, because I've just always I grew up with a show called Street Sharks, and King Shark was absolutely inspired, in my opinion, at least as far as his form goes and his frame. And I'm like, now they obviously has a regular smaller shark head, but not like an actual street shark. But the concept, I was like, I love this. I love stupid creations like that. And so
he's also,
I kind of want to play as
best,
King Shark. That'd be fun.
He's also the best character in the game, in my opinion. Like watching the cutscenes,
did you guys,
like he's the most entertaining one.
I'm sorry. Did you? He actually made me laugh. He made me laugh.
Yeah.
I just want to say, it just hit me. Did you guys get onto Sylvester Stallone because of King Shark? Is that where your fucking impressions came from?
No.
Was that him in this one?
No, he was in the movie.
In the second, in Suicide Squad, in the movie, Sylvester Stallone played him.
No, it was completely separate.
There?
No. It was completely separate.
How
It was just
did you get there?
I really don't know. I really have no recollection of how we got there. But
that is wild. Okay, fair
that's
enough.
funny. I hadn't pieced that together. Maybe subconsciously, maybe it's possible, because we were talking about the Suicide Squad as well, but like not really.
They fucked so much up, man.
Do you guys have a
Wonder
VOD
Woman got
of
beat
that?
up by Superman? It really made me want to cry. I teared up a little bit.
When Wonder Woman got beat up by Superman?
Yeah, she gets the shit beat out on her by Superman. Superman beats her ass, and I'm like, come on,
okay,
y'all.
got you.
I'm like, come on, y'all. That's not how that works.
Why?
Well,
what do you mean?
I mean,
That's not how that works, man.
What do you mean that's not how that works?
Wonder Woman, in a fight, Wonder Woman's not beating Superman. He's more powerful than she is.
And
the scrap is not going on that way.
Spoilers, she didn't.
She 110% did.
No. In Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League?
Yes.
Are we talking about the game, or what are we talking about right now?
I'm talking about in the game. In the game, she gets her ass beat by him. Like, beat bad. And then
you're saying Superman beats the fuck out of
Wonder Woman, yeah. Like, very badly. Like, very badly.
What is your gripe? I'm confused.
Yeah,
because that's not
I feel
how
like you said two separate things. I feel like you said two contradictory things. You said it's unreasonable for Superman, or it's unreasonable for Wonder Woman to have beaten Superman.
Be beaten by Superman.
Why is that? I don't understand why.
Like that. Because Wonder Woman in a fight when they're fighting each other, Wonder Woman always wins that fight. She's a much better fighter than
my god.
Superman's just a strong dude that has a lot of power. Wonder Woman is a strong bitch that's been a warrior for centuries.
Are you familiar? Are you familiar with? There's a famous Stan Lee quote where he's talking about
called the author decides who wins. Yes, that's very true. It's just been the authors decided who's won that fight for decades, and it's usually not that way.
Okay, well, this time it's.
I understand the reasoning.
And now you recede. And now you recede because I've been reading comics for a long time, and for a decade it's been like, Wonder Woman and Superman having a fight. Wonder Woman's like, everybody else leave. He's gonna punch a hole through you guys. But I'm gonna be able to beat him. That's what happens.
But is your point that Wonder Woman
it's
would
just
lose?
My point is that a lot of liberties were taken in really dumb directions. That's like not even the biggest gripe I have with it. I was like, I guess Superman's going to be the last one to fight. Obviously, Superman. They're going to have to fight him last. But it's just like, why are you making so many dumb decisions? Also, how the fuck are you going to explain to me that this is not like, it's like the Guardians of the Galaxy's beating Thanos. It's like, how are you going to explain this to me? This is stupid. No, they can't.
I don't know. To me,
Flash
it's
by
weird.
himself as a character would have tossed all of
I
that.
find it fucking strange that people are taking a concept like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League this seriously, when realistically this is, I don't know, to me, I look at this like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, you know what I mean? Like, why do you care at all that this is happening?
That comic is extremely stupid. People like it because it's Deadpool and it's
That's
funny.
Kind of the point.
But it's like it's extremely dumb. Like things like that are like because
That's
what
the
happens
point.
now, right? This is
I
the
just
problem,
I don't know.
right?
I can't.
These
look,
things reach mass
here's
consciousness.
the
This is
reality.
what happens. No. This is what happens. These things reach mass consciousness, right?
Right.
And then you hear some motherfucker with their whole chest saying, well, Deadshot shot Superman in the face and killed him, so Batman should be, or they're making these dumb analogies. And I'm like, bro, you watched a game or you read this dumb thing that is completely out of it. Like, that's why people argue that Deadpool could kill anybody in Marvel Universe. Cause one Deadpool did that. And I'm like, what?
I've
seen Wolverine
personally
cut
have
Deadpool
never
in half and throw his body away.
Look, I've personally never ran into anybody saying anything like that because my friends aren't like completely retarded. They're just not. You know, they're like say people I have discussions with, like they're just not
completely retarded.
Like we understand.
Yeah.
It'd almost be like, oh man, Winnie the Pooh is awesome. You know that fucking Deadpool parody? Like he could fucking like no, what are you fucking talking about? It's just It's just nonsense. It's nonsense that's not even supposed to be taken seriously.
The thing that I really want to get at, it's not even necessarily that it shouldn't be taken seriously. Like I get it that they connected it to the Arkham universe, and that's really
the
stupid.
Arkham
Like I don't know why.
universe, though.
I don't know.
That
It's
did
whatever.
damage to the Arkham universe, but not as much as
I
people.
think it's really dumb.
go
Look,
ahead.
here's the reality, right? Like, there's a lot of things wrong with it. It's a live service game with a fucked UI, like with gameplay mechanics that don't match the characters.
Is it a live service game? I thought it. What is? I'm sorry. Like
It is. Yeah.
what-
There's going to be like, I don't know what is
I
about
thought they
it
didn't
that
have
is
any
live
live.
service.
I just thought it was just online, but there's not. It's not I thought it's not a live service. I thought it was just online.
So it is
Like it
always
looks like
online.
a looter shooter. Yeah,
It is a looter
but
shooter.
From
You
my
do get-
understanding, so you do
You
get
get
like
loot.
loots and packs and shit
You
or
get
whatever.
loot. You get loot from beating bosses and stuff like that. It's like I've heard a lot of people say like if you like if you like the Batman universe and you like Destiny, this is like a perfect game for you. Which is like I don't know, maybe I could see that
Yeah,
working
I
maybe on a
don't
gameplay level. But like I don't know. To me, there are so many problems with it that are obvious. Where it's like, okay, you have this live service game that is for some reason a Suicide Squad game. Those things don't match at all. You have gameplay mechanics that don't match the characters at all. Like, there's no reason why Harley Quinn should be swinging around or Deadshot should be jetpacking around like Iron Man. It's fucking weird. It's bizarre. It's bizarre shit to see, and it doesn't match at all. The UI is fucked. The writing is like pretty uninspired and bland. The presentation's a little bit iffy. You know, but the issue that I take was like a lot of people criticizing the game on a front of like, oh, this is disrespectful. Grow up. I think that's mega gay. Like it's fucking
Ultra
like, oh,
gay.
you're being
Ultra.
disrespect. Like arguably, and I'm not even remotely kidding. The only correct thing they even remotely did with this game is be disrespectful to the superheroes. Like, it's the only thing that they're doing even right at all, and even they're doing that not enough. I want to see Jon Stewart's head explode. I want to see Flash's legs ripped off and watch him beat to death. That's hilarious. If you're going to make a game called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, it should be hilarious in that way. Like, Flash should lose his legs, and he should be beat to death with them. Batman should have, I don't know, but I don't even know what you would do with
Damian
Batman.
Wayne get thrown in a human-sized blender.
I mean, everybody
Yeah.
wants that.
Everybody
wants that, dude.
Be
Fuck Damian Wayne, bro.
Disrespectful
Fuck that
cunt,
dude.
dude. He's a disrespectful
Be-
cunt. Fuck him.
be mega disrespectful. And the thing that bothers me about it is like, dude, like I want to see that. I like that shit. It reminds me of like
Especially
games like
Damien. I
Prototype,
would go
where
back
like
to that
they
shit.
used to make games.
Tie
They used to
down
make games like
Superman
this,
with, like-
where like you were the
like
villain.
kryptonite shackles.
Do you remember when they used to make villain games?
Shackles?
Yeah,
Smack his mom.
It should. I don't. It's just this is a weird one. I feel bad a little bit for Rocksteady because it's just like, damn, you know,
you wasted
I
your
would
time.
have. Yeah, like woof. And look at man, and I guess why I'm not even disappointed is because I felt I was completely satisfied with Arkham Knight. To me, Arkham Knight's that's it. That was good. I had fun. I don't give
I'm
a fuck
good. I'm
about
set.
this anymore. Like I'm
Exactly.
totally fine. And really, those games have a lot of replay value too. Arkham City is fucking awesome. Like I've played it like 2 or 3 times, and since it's been a thing, and every once in a while I'm like, oh man, you know, I might pop that back in, and then I think about Arkham Knight. Other than that, the gay stealthy fucking car shit That is the
Yeah,
only
the
thing
car
I don't
sucks.
like. Where you're like,
The car,
I'm like,
the car is
I'm
objectively
fucking
the worst
Sam
part of that
Fisher
game.
in a car. What am I doing? I'm stalking tanks and shit. What the fuck is this? That was so
It's very
stupid.
dumb.
Other than that, I had fun.
It's
with that
very
game.
stupid. Yeah, it's good. It's overall like when
And
you're
those-
not in the Batmobile, that game's great. I had a ton of fun with Arkham Knight, like sincerely, like to the point where I was actually like really confused with a lot of like, and to be fair, I think like the PC version was fucked, and so like a lot of the scores were tanked because of that. But like I remember beating it and being like, outside of that stupid tank shit that they make you do, which is really, it is bad. That was fucking great.
Stupid.
That was a great fucking game. Like I had a great time with this. This is sick. And I think people don't know how to do that. People don't know how to, I don't know what it is, but like I feel like people forgot how to acknowledge that things, especially when it's art or like any kind of product, it's usually an assortment of various different things. And so, like, yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that the Suicide Squad game is pretty fun to play. Like, it does seem like a turn your brain off kind of, like, I could see myself kind of enjoying it a little bit. But, like, I also just don't think it's done very well. I also don't think it's the most disrespectful fucking thing on the planet that should warrant the amount of crying that I've seen about it. I think it's mega lame that's happening. But it's not, I don't know, it's not this nuclear fucking holocaust, and it's not I just don't know what's happening. Like there's a new Green Day record out, right? And there's a lot of songs that I like on it. Yeah. But there are some songs that I'm like, "Ooh, this is a great song. This chorus sucks though." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I like the song, but like that chorus sucks. And you can I don't know why people can't just acknowledge that anymore. Like, oh, I love this, but this part of it sucks. Or like, that thing's pretty bad, but it's not the worst thing that it could have been. Or like, this is actually like not so bad. Or like, this is actually pretty bad, but this is like the worst part of it. People don't know how to dissect their things anymore.
Yeah, I feel like this is a weird, a mob thing that I haven't seen in quite some time, I guess. Where
I think Last of Us 2 was the last time I saw this.
That's a very good example where I look back on it retrospectively or whatever, and to me the biggest thing. Okay, obviously we've already talked about this a million times with the plot being all fucking jumbled around. That was kind of stupid. But then literally the only reason I didn't like Abby, to me, like say a lot of people had a problem with Abby and for all these various amount of reasons. To me, I only just thought, oh, it's stupid that she's fucking built like a truck and nobody else is. I thought it was stupid. It's not a point of contention that makes me think this game's the worst thing ever. It's not, like
it's
the
weird
elements about the game. The game looked beautiful.
We're weird as fuck about that game.
Yeah,
look, people bitch about it.
I'll say it outright. Like I don't like The Last of Us Part 2 at all. Like I really find no joy or entertainment or really anything about it that I enjoy personally. I don't think that's a bad game. Like it is objectively not a bad game. It's just very clearly like this is not for me. Like whatever this is,
it's not for you.
There are some valid criticisms that I think do apply even to people who do like the game. Like I do think the game is too long. And I do think the game kind of spends a lot of time not really doing a lot of new things to justify that extra runtime. I do think that's objectively true. Like even if you like, it's like Red Dead 2 or like Death Stranding, where it's like I love those games, but like you could have ended that maybe 5 or 10 hours earlier, and I would have been totally fine. Like you could have.
I mean, Red Dead, you go to Cuba. Why are you in Cuba?
That so could have been cut. So easily could have been cut out. Yeah.
I was like, you go there, you go to Cuba, and you just come right back. You go there, you spend 6 hours there, you come back.
I was actually because I've been in my YouTube recommended is full of like Red Dead videos for whatever reason. It's all this like I don't know. Like I've been on a Red Dead kick lately, and I've apparently I found this video that was like kind of going into like like cut content or like some of the files in the game, like looking for stuff that might have been cut or whatever. And apparently that section was supposed to be like a second like fully explorable place, but it got like whittled down. So that's why it's in. I think that's why it's in there, where it's like we spent so much time developing this. We gotta we can't just like throw it out. Let's at least have like a linear. Yeah. Let's at least have like a linear section, which I can get and respect. But like that does. When I learned that, I was like, that makes a lot more sense why that's there, because it just sort of happens and then unhappens really quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, there's flaws with a lot of people's favorite things, and that's fine. Like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, you might hate that you should also be able to acknowledge isn't objectively terrible. And that it kind of extends just generally, like, the internet. Like, I think people really hate Neil Druckmann, and I don't really know why. He's the head of Naughty Dog. And people are like,
I have a suspicion. What do you think it's?
What do you think?
I think it's him. It's one of those things where like you have to. Anyone who's paying attention already knows how a lot of these companies in the gaming industry, especially if they reside anywhere on the West, most likely they're going to have some type of progressive values. It's just like normal.
Oh, right,
they live in
yeah.
large cities, whatever. Who gives a fuck? That is the standard thing. I don't think anybody cares, but it's Neil. Hold on one second. Neil went out of his way, for example, to consult with Anita Sarkeesian kind of shit. Like when you do shit like that, or say, I don't know if you remember Battlefield 5 when the fucking the guy that was the head of it at the time, the creative director or something, where he was like, we just want to be on the right side of it. Like shit like that, where I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Just like
yeah, but like the vitriol
is
around it is so crazy. Like it gets so like there's a I don't know if you guys remember this. Like it was a couple weeks back, but I don't think we talked about it on the show. But like there's like a video of Neil Druckmann like on, I don't know if it was for an award show or something, where he was on the red carpet and like no cameras were going off. I think it's because he was there for Last of Us.
I saw that.
And no cameras were going off. Yeah. And like he's standing there. And, like, no cameras are going off, and everybody's like, this pompous asshole is really, like, sitting there fucking waiting for cameras to go off. It's like, this is so embarrassing. And I'm like, dude, I guarantee you, like, he showed up because his show was there, and I guarantee you somebody in production was like, hey, listen, go stand there for 30 seconds and then move on, because that's how this goes. But, like, the interpretation of it, because people hate him, is like, oh, look at him sitting there, like, soaking up the spotlight, like, thinking he deserves it. Or, like, he got a tattoo of the hammer. He got a hammer tattoo on his arm, and it's apparently, like, the hammer from The Last of Us Part 2 that, like, Abby uses or whatever. And, like, there was a headline. There's a headline that said, like, oh, Neil Druckmann gets iconic hammer tattoo from Last of Us Part 2, and everybody's like, fucking Neil Druckmann's so fucking pretentious if he thinks that's iconic. And it's like, he never said that.
Yeah,
he just got a tattoo. Like, he just got a tattoo that probably, like, means something to him, because, like, he made the fucking game. He must have some attachment to that fucking thing. And he did it. I don't think I don't think he went into the fucking tattoo shop and was like, yeah, give me Abby's iconic hammer from The Last of Us Part 2. You know, I made The Last of Us Part 2. Did you know that? You know that iconic hammer? I feel like people really go out of their way to project the worst possible version of people into them.
No, you're right.
Just so it can be reflected back at them so they can get angry. And it's mega weird. Like, I just don't... And maybe this is just because I've spent so little time on the internet lately in comparison to how I used to, but, like, it's just fucking... It just reads as terminally online weird behavior that I don't get it. I don't get it.
He doesn't deserve to be... He doesn't deserve as much hate as he gets.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
I understood. He did. I say, like, here, a big example between say Cory Barlog and Neil Druckmann is Cory Barlog is fucking progressive as it gets. So of course a lot of people, maybe if he just, but when he's at work he's just doing his fucking job, and I feel like Neil got a little bit inspired, and this is, even though he got a little bit sucked into that wave of that shit that was going on, the BuzzFeed type shit. Like, how the fuck you rub shoulders with Anita Sarkeesian, for example? That's just stupid. She has nothing to even to consult with her at all. Fucking Cards Against Humanity guy that the owner's like, oh, I like the cut of your jib. Here's $25,000 to go make your stupid fucking show. People got caught up in that zeitgeist a little bit, and I feel like there's some people that will forever attach him to that and just hate him specifically because, so then they try hard, right? Then they try
but isn't that its own, isn't that kind of its own cancel culture in a way?
Of course it is.
You know what I mean?
Of course it is.
Literally, yes.
It absolutely is.
Of course.
They're the biggest fucking hypocrites. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
To me, the whole like Anita
They cry
Sarkeesian thing with
about
all those
everything,
developers,
and then they make fun of people for crying about stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdest group of people on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
One thing quickly before we move on to questions or whatever, because I think we've talked about pretty much everything about this topic. But like, I do think, and this, to be fair, like this could be just anecdotal because I just happen to have come across or crossed paths with a lot of people who have like worked in games and who have worked in games for a while, and I've had the privilege of having conversations with people who have been like in a fly on the wall in a lot of fairly interesting places. And the vibe that I get from a lot of that Anita Sarkeesian thing, which I think is so funny in retrospect, is a lot of that was literally just for like photo ops and for and like for like just to be like, hey, yeah, it's like almost like a checklist type thing. Like I honestly don't think most developers, I'm not saying all, or I don't know, maybe, like it's based on a limited sample size, but from what I gather, a lot of the attitude at a lot of the studios that met with her to consult or whatever was, this is happening right now, let's just check off a box so we can get back to making the fucking game. And it really wasn't taken super seriously, which is like, even by them, which is funny. That made me laugh out loud when I heard that. But some companies might have taken it more seriously.
I want to piggyback off that. No, I think you're absolutely right. Why? Because it was a cultural zeitgeist. It was a thing that was happening. Just like the rise of SJWs, anti-SJW, whatever. It was a thing that was happening. Right. We all fed into it in different degrees. It went away, and guess what? These companies aren't consulting with feminist leaders anymore, or they weren't prior to it. It was just the thing that happened. And unfortunately, Neil Druckmann, one of the people that did it, because it was really Sony, for some reason, has this thing going on. And whatever, and we'll move on. It's like, say, making some of people are accusing them of making their female characters look kind of mid or whatever and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, maybe there is something going on, but I can't say 100% for sure. I've never spoken to any of these people. But I will say, their characters aren't fucking super ultra gorgeous, okay? They have this thing going on. So I feel like him getting out of that bubble of like the people that hate him, I don't know if he's ever going to get out of it because he's just forever associated with that shit. Sony, they thought,
I don't know.
They thought Last of Us was woke as fuck because there was lesbians and shit. And I'm like, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, at a certain point, you can't really care about it.
But and I don't think he cares either. Let's be real.
No, yeah, I don't think so either. But I'm sure it's frustrating to be like, I'm sure it must be frustrating for Neil to like go out on a red carpet and like, I don't think he gave a shit that no cameras were going off. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't strike me. And based on the people that I know who know him, like, he's not the kind of person who wants to be there in the first place. Like,
what other red carpet event has he gone to?
So, exactly. So I feel bad knowing, just having been on the other side of it, like having been in like these weird, like kind of, because there was for Creator Clash, like I had to do this kind of, not media circuit in the same way, but like I had to be like interviewed and do all this stuff that I really fucking didn't want to do at all. Like I had no interest. Even after the show, after the fight, there was like a whole red carpet thing that I went to, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll meet some friends that I don't see often there, I guess. But then I was like called up on stage by a comedian like a day after I had just been like punched in the head and broke my nose. And I was just like, I don't want to fucking be up here. But there I was on stage, like in front of like everybody, in front of a fucking room full of people, not giving a shit or not wanting to be there at all. And so like, I guess for me, it's like I can somewhat sympathize with like being in that weird position where you're just kind of like misinterpreted or just in this really awkward situation that you just kind of have to be as a nature of like what it is that you're participating in. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, that's separate.
Sure.
That said,
fuck Neil
I do think
Druckmann, that fucking SJW.
Yeah. With all that said, with all that said, Neil Druckmann should be shot dead. I'm just kidding. I really do. I'm just joking. It's all.
In
It's all.
You can't say shit like
In
that.
Minecraft.
You
I
can't
know.
just say
I know.
shit like that.
I know. That's why we're joking.
You can't just say that,
Imagine-
dude.
We're joking.
What if Neil Druckmann?
We just spent 20 minutes
Listen.
going to bat for this guy. A guy that I don't know personally at all, whose work
never
I
talked
don't
to
love.
once.
Okay, so like we've earned the right to like we've
I
earned the
don't
right
know,
to
man.
poke,
I think
poke a
Last
little
of Us
bit
2
of
is a
fun.
good game. I just think that I don't know. I think it's a little manipulative in
It's-
the way
it's a
it
good-
tries
it's-
to
it's a good
tell
game.
you the story. I think that Abby's dumb.
Look, we've talked about this. We've talked about The Last of Us. There's a whole episode about The Last of Us that you
for
can go
4
watch
fucking years,
for
probably.
4. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
dude, Ellie's
there's-
the worst part of that series. Everybody's on fucking Abby. It's Ellie. Ellie's the worst
Don't
part
listen-
of that fucking game.
Don't listen to Sweeney. Just watch our other episode
I'm
about
right.
it.
I'm fucking right.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying we've done this before. It's like the chicken fight. You know what I mean? It's like how many more chicken fights?
How many more
Can we
chicken
have?
fights?
They gotta make
You
it. They
said
gotta
there was
make
a
it
lady
really
chicken fight, and you
bombastic.
blew my mind. You blew my mind. I didn't even know there was a lady chicken fight.
There's a lady chicken
I
fight.
thought you guys told me that.
I didn't say that.
Who the fuck told me that? I thought you guys told me that.
Fight, yeah, there's a female one.
What?
Who the fuck told me? I thought you guys. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, we
whatever.
did. We did.
Did you?
I didn't
so
say
then
that.
Chris just
Yeah.
forgot. Okay,
I didn't know
maybe
that.
then he
You
did.
don't remember anything because you're a fucking.
I swear
you don't
to
know
God,
if you're
we
telling the truth
talked
or not
about it on-
anymore. That's why.
I
You
swear
can
we
be
talked
lying
about-
until you don't remember anymore. You just fucking say stuff.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah. Yeah. Let's knock these questions out before I fucking
Yeah.
really start questioning reality.
All right, let's move on. Halo 3 Mountain Dew wrote, and he says, "Hello, married, almost married, and married to Glass Snapple. Divorced from Glass Snapple is, or not divorced. She's, I'm a widow because Glass Snapple is dead.
Damn.
It's really tough out there looking for love after something like that. But
You'll get
Whatever.
it, Reggie.
Yeah.
one day. Been listening since episode 0 and a first-time patron. What's a song or band that you loved as a kid but now realize is terrible as an adult? I love this one because I immediately thought Mambo No. 5, even though I always hated it.
Yeah, I don't.
I loved that as a
always
kid,
whack,
but I
dude.
can't stand it as an adult.
It's actually kind of
I
hard.
think I can't stand Sugar Ray anymore. I used to like
Sugar Ray?
Yeah, like,
I don't know if I've ever listened to Sugar Ray.
Someday when my life had passed me by, or like
Oh,
their most famous
Sugar
song,
Ray?
I just wanna fly. Or every
Oh my
morning
God.
there's a halo hanging from the corner. Like I used to like that shit as a kid, and I listen to it now, and I'm like, this shit's fucking awful.
Yeah,
This
we call
is
that
bad.
we call that white core.
Apparently, there used to be a punk band before they just sold out and went down that route.
That
But,
is
I get it.
crazy. That
is
is
hilarious.
what they used to be, a punk band.
Yeah, apparently they somebody actually, I never listened to it, but they gave me their record. It was like a red disc. I never listened to it. I was like, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, who the fuck cares
Yeah,
about the
I
history
guess-
of Sugar Ray? Not even Sugar Ray cares about Sugar Ray.
Remember that dude got mad when some kid called him Sugar Gay? Do you
That's
remember that?
hilarious.
There's like an interview happening,
Oh,
and some
fuck.
kid was like, "Hey, Sugar Gay," and he like came and confronted him, and I was like, "You guys are forever Sugar Gay now. You shouldn't have said anything."
That's
Yeah,
so fucking stupid.
You gotta let it slide sometimes, Sugar Ray. Man,
Totally.
goddamn.
Nah,
What
you
the
can't let it
fuck?
slide ever. You cannot let it slide. These little
Look.
fucking punks are gonna talk shit to you all the time. You cannot let anything slide.
Nah, but now
You
you
gotta press them every time.
You acknowledge that you're mad, and now if I ever meet Mark McGrath, I'm gonna say, "Hey, what's up, Sugar Gay?" Like not even Mark
And
McGrath.
he's gotta slide you. He's gotta slide you. That's it. He's got to.
I mean, if he
He's
breaks
got
my
to.
jaw or anything, fair enough. But I gotta call him. I gotta call him.
If you call him Sugar Gay, he will turn around and like God of War 3 you. Like he will
He'll grab you and everything will turn first person. He'll be like, dun, 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 and you're just getting dragged.
He just fucking like
Gaia.
pokes your eyes out and shit. Just
Can you
kicks the
imagine being
shit
beaten to death by Sugar Ray because of that? Like for calling him Sugar Gay. You know what it's like? It's like that episode of Punk'd where Zach Braff beat up that child.
You just
Yeah.
shook him and broke his neck. He's like, "You little fucking shit!" And just fucking,
You little fucking piece of.
Wait, would you apologize while he's beating you up? Or would you just keep calling him Sugar Gay?
I'm sorry,
I
Sugar
wouldn't
Gay.
stop. I would not stop.
You gotta. That's how shows how real you are. If you're real enough to keep calling him Sugar Gay while he's like about to kill you, then that means something.
What if it's a really tragic scenario though, where like he hits you so hard in the head once that you're like, oh my god, this is really bad. I have to apologize, but your brain has been damaged in such a way where you can only remember him as Sugar Gay.
Oh,
so like
man.
you're saying like, oh, I'm sorry.
You're trying to say I'm
Sugar
sorry.
Gay. I'm sorry.
I don't want to say this. I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm saying wrong.
You hit me. You hit me hard.
You hit me.
This is like fucking. This is like fucking when Negan bashes fucking Glenn, and he's trying to like say something to Maggie. It's like the same scenario.
He's saying I love you. He's trying to say I love you, and it's like,
Sugar Gay.
and he's speaking in Korean. Isn't it crazy how he's speaking Korean? He's literally speaking Korean in that moment. Glenn went straight to Korean.
Sugar Gay, goddamn, you hit me so hard. I think I'm gonna go home and drink my own piss. I think that's what's gonna happen.
The fact of somebody hitting you in your head and you immediately result to a different language that you didn't even know you knew.
That's probably
The
what
idea
happened.
of Sylvester Stallone. The idea of Sylvester Stallone being beaten into drinking piss by Sugar Ray Leonard. But not Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray. That's
Sugar
fucking
Ray
crazy.
Leonard?
I thought Sugar Ray Leonard. It's even funnier.
That actually makes kind of sense though. But go ahead.
That could happen.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that
All right,
tracks
so,
a lot
the artist
more.
I used to like that I don't like anymore is Tyler the Creator. Actually,
Really?
Like a song or Tyler?
I don't
the
think he
Creator
makes good music anymore. If I'm being honest, but I think he's making music that he thinks is good.
Oh
So
wow.
I'm gonna go with that now.
I think a lot of people
Boy
like
is
him
very
more
good.
than. Huh.
I thought it was very good. I think Igor was experimental. I think Come When You Get Lost, a lot of flexing, like a lot of him like being real flex, like look what I've done. But I'm like, you're not a great rapper, Tyler. I'm missing you were talking about punching pregnant women and stuff like that. But also you grew up, you grew up. He changed his flow. Makes sense.
I mean, I get it. It's like Eminem to a certain Marshall Mathers LP is just goated, and then it just.
I feel like people give Eminem so much more credit than he deserves for how long he's been like. Eminem was a great rapper for 6 years. He was an undeniably unbelievable artist for 6 years.
I think the issue is that I think the issue that you're facing is that like you think he's getting credit for making good music. I don't think that's really what's happening. I think he's getting credit for being a good rapper, which he just objectively is still. Like he just doesn't write good raps.
I think he is. I think that I agree with. He's objectively a good rapper. I just think that like the fact that Relapse and Recovery won Grammys really bothers me.
That is crazy.
Because those albums are so motherfucking bad. Those albums are so bad. It's because I tried to listen to them.
I still stand by Crack a Bottle being a fucking banger.
Crack a Bottle
I still stand by that.
is a fun song. It's not a good song.
I stand by that being a good song, bro. I'm sorry.
I think
What's the best part of that song? You think
what's
M's
so bad
part is the
about?
best
Wait,
part?
wait,
I think
wait,
Dre's part is the best part.
Wait. Why is it fun?
It's not the best part.
Wait, why is it fun but not good? Why does that not count?
It's what's another song? The honeys like me like I play in a band. But they don't like me because they don't understand.
That's
the
D12.
band. The band. Like that song is great.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. It is not a good rap song. It's fun. It's a fun song.
I would not put Crack a Bottle in this.
That's so weird.
Crack a Bottle is a dope fucking beat first and foremost. It is a classic Dre beat.
The beat because
the chorus is fun as dude. The chorus, the Crack a Bottle, let your body waddle, don't act like a sloppy bottle. You just hit the lotto. Bitches hopping in my Tahoe. That's a fuck, dude. That is dope. I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Okay,
I love my band. I don't know why the hate for my band is all of a sudden.
I love my band. It's not a good song. It's a fun song.
I understand what you're saying about my band being like it's clearly just them fucking around. Like at the end, he starts
D12,
singing
right?
about his salsa
Is that D12?
and shit. Like it's my salsa.
Oh, well, yeah, my salsa.
Like,
it's fucking. I get what you're. I get what you're. It's such a. I don't know. I have a hard time like considering a song that I have that much fun listening to. Not a good. Like, I get what you're saying. Like they're just fucking around. But it kind of reminds me of like. Do you remember when Blur did Song 2 to make fun of Nirvana and it ended up being like their biggest hit? You know, like it's kind of like that where it's like you can make something that's just a fuck around, but like. It can also be pretty fucking. It can be pretty good.
I think you can, but I don't think think Eminem has gotten that down pat.
I challenge everybody.
Recently, for sure,
I want to hear from our homeless listeners. Go listen to Crack a Bottle and let us know what you think. Like, is this a good Eminem song, or do you agree that this is just like, no, I think this is way past his prime and it's mid? Because I may be in the minority where I really like this song, and I will say, obviously, I think Dre and 50 their verses are better.
50's verse is really good. 50's verse is actually really good.
It's great. It's
Money
I mean, 50,
in the game when you party with me. Let's get to
fuck my asshole.
He speaks through his teeth, and I love
like
it.
You wouldn't believe. I'm the gay
I got
Kong,
shot
the
9
gay
times
Kong. I
by some
love
random
Dong.
nigga.
Get
He
raped
almost took my
on.
life, but I didn't concede.
I'm having kind of a hard time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having a hard time with this, actually. Like, I don't know if there's a song that there are bands that I can't listen to earnestly anymore, I guess. Like, it's hard for me to listen to, like, 3 Days Grace or something.
That's
like,
a good one, actually.
But
that's a good one.
But I don't know, man. Like,
it's good, but you don't listen to that shit. You don't listen to it, though.
Right. Yeah. But, like, I don't even know if it's necessarily because I wouldn't. I just don't think to, because it's just so, like,
no, I know
I'm
what
30.
it is.
You know what I mean?
Because exactly. You would feel gay listening to it. When I hear I Hate Everything About You or whatever, I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
That song, I Hate Everything About You, I feel gay when I hear that shit. But I know that that's a fantastic song. It's written great.
That guitar, the guitar in that song is fucking dope. Like, it sounds really good. But, like, I'm not a teenager anymore. Silly. I don't feel these things anymore. So it's not so the question is not necessarily because it's like, oh, what do you realize is now terrible as an adult? I don't think it's terrible. I just think it's for a specific time. You know, like, there's music for specific times in your life.
How are
and,
those adults making those songs? That's what makes it crazy to me. It's like, how are you
what are you gonna have a 10-year-old make it, Kingston? You gonna have a 10-year-old make it?
Well, because my question is this, right? That's a teenage fucking song.
Everything about you. Why?
Is there a kids pop version of that?
No.
Very likely not. But
the reason why adults make it is because they can, and, like, you know, there's a lot of people who are just, like, fucking immature for a really long time.
Like that, that's like a song you make at a period time. You know, like, I made this when I'm 16 when I'm mad at my dad being a dumb bitch. But Kingston, here's something that does happen, right? And I know because I've done this for sure. Where, like, I have songs that I wrote when I was 15 that, like, I'll be like, oh, this is actually, there's something here. And then I'll just, like, finish it when I'm a lot older. You know what I mean? Because, like, why not? I wrote it and I meant it at the time. So why the fuck would I not? Like, it doesn't. I don't really understand that logic of just it's like, oh, I'm too old. So while you're looking
like,
through it, you're not like,
work
this
for me.
is so gay. This is so gay. My 15-year-old self is so fucking gay.
I'll be honest,
How can
that's what
I
happened
finish
to me.
this song?
When I listen to my old shit,
throw it away.
I'm like the lyrics. I used to write this. I was never super teenage and angsty, but I was trying to be, like, philosophical, and that was my biggest problem. I'm a dumb fucking retarded kid. You're not going to be your lyrics aren't going to be very meaningful and philosophical. So I go back and read my shit, and I'm like, this is just mementos, and I will never touch this shit. But you were probably better at writing than, say, I was, because I look back on my shit, I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not thanks, everything. I'll put it this way. Yeah. It's not everything, but, like, I'll put it this way. If I wrote I Hate Everything About You when I was 17 and I had a band at 25 and I saw that I wrote that, I'd be like, we're making this. You know, like, we're doing this. Especially if I have, like, a loose recording and it's just like, damn, this is actually, like, a good riff, actually. Like, we can, like, make this really good now that we're actually, like, proficient at playing. Like, I don't know, I think there's value in that, sincerely.
Maybe,
but
you want to, I actually want to try this now and write because I might have mentioned on the podcast before, I never went through that teenage angst phase like most people do. I just, for some reason, didn't feel angry or misunderstood or whatever the fuck, even though I loved all that music. didn't connect with it. I didn't connect with Linkin Park. I'd listen to it and be like, it sounds amazing, but this means nothing to me. I want to try to write something. I want to write emo, angsty. I want to write something, and maybe you can help me. Let's write an anthem for the fucking teenagers, man. Let's see if we can do it.
Let's not, bro. Let's not. I think that's the worst era. I really think that was the worst era of music, man. I really cannot stand that emo.
I don't know. I like a lot of it. Like I still
feel like the
Rock'n'Roll
1910s were a little bit worse.
Because for me, I also never went through that era, and I was just trapped around that music. I was trapped, and I was like, I don't like this, and I didn't know the radio stations to listen to hip hop.
Headstrong to take on anyone. I know that you are wrong, and this is not where you belong.
Where you suck on.
I hated that shit. That's why I became a weeb at that era, because that was my only escape. Was to become a weeb. That was my only escape.
I never liked that song because I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm hearing how it sounds, and I'm like, this is so, because I was already listening to heavy music around that time. And I was like, this is so not heavy, and like the lyrics though are like, yeah, and I was like, I don't like this.
I loved it, honestly. Like I had so much fun with it.
The only thing I liked at that time was like Mastodon. Like
that's actually, now that I think about it, that's probably the example. That's like, I think Headstrong by Trapped is probably the one where like, look, when you're a kid and you don't have a lot of you don't hear a lot, like that's kind of it's fun as fuck. It's good. Like melodically speaking, I think it's actually pretty decent. But like, no,
I agree.
That shit is gay. I'm sorry,
no,
it's gay.
Look, it was gay when I was 13. Like I wasn't. Now look, to be fair, I wasn't angry. So
I feel like we're using gay a lot this episode. I feel like we're using gay a lot. This episode.
I usually don't use that phrase at all.
In the context of when some shit is just so corny, I'm like, dude, that is, come on. There's sometimes when you saw shit, even as a kid, you sometimes had to at least acknowledge that, like, I know what I'm listening to is kind of stupid. Right?
Yeah,
like,
of course,
like what. Like, I was listening to, there were some people that were making some really heavy music, and I felt like, oh, these people are a little nuts. I felt like these guys are. It was Baby's first fit, I guess. That's what that song felt to me.
Right.
Where it's like, and
Headstrong by Trapped is a mosh pit at a Catholic daycare. Is the best way that I can put it.
I can't. Oh my god, dude. That was all I was surrounded by, and I was like, I wanted any other kind of music. I wanted anything else, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, I'm just gonna watch anime.
I'm just gonna watch
anime. And anime did its own damage to me.
That's what I'm saying. You came out of it okay, though. You're not completely damaged. You're not like, because the anime people I know they're fucking hopeless, dude.
Bro, I stopped watching anime at a certain time. I gave it up.
You lucked out.
Everything, I've liked every weird thing, but I always give it up before I fall to it. Like, I liked Sonic a lot when I was younger. But I never went online and looked up Sonic. I never did it. For some reason, I was like, I'm just not going to look up Sonic on the computer. I'm going to watch Sonic X and I'm going to really enjoy it. I'm going to play Sonic Adventure for the Game Boy Advance and really enjoy these games. But I'm never going to look up Sonic on the internet. I don't need to know Sonic's on the internet.
What is it about 3 Days Grace?
It's a pipeline, bro.
What is it about 3 Days Grace that I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to listen to 3 Days Grace anytime soon, but like if Breaking Benjamin comes on, I'm probably not going to skip it. Like, what is that?
Because it did not have the same aura, dude. It was in the same genre, but like, say, for example, my favorite...
Yeah, you're right.
My favorite song of theirs, and even the music video, if you watch the music video, So Cold, like, that shit was grown-up shit. It was not...
I love So Cold. Like,
it was showing these Amish niggas, and this dude's carrying this cross, and he essentially carries it into the fucking lake, and, it's a really cool music video. Like, just kind of the concepts are much more grown. Now, Diary of Jane, little, kind of scaled back, right? Sure. But, like, a lot of their songs the concepts were more grown up than, like, let's say, I Hate Everything About You is there's some teenager fighting with his drunk dad in the music video. This is about, like, oh, I know this. The Don't Kill Yourself song, what's it called? Not Too Late? Never Too Late? Like that. That's a fucking great song. I even love it's one of the simplest songs to play on the guitar that, like, I was like, oh, I love this song for that reason. And
is there a song that's called Do Kill Yourself?
Probably, but I haven't found it.
I don't think
do kill yourself. Do it.
I did a song a long time ago with Bionic Pig. It's actually crazy. Wow, yeah, it's eternity ago.
Damn, I haven't heard that in a minute.
Yeah, where we did have like the whole point was like it was like don't kill yourself, but it was like it was like even though you really should, you shouldn't, and that was kind of how we got around it. I still like that, so I feel like it came out pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know, man. It is interesting. I do think I do think there is a degree of like if it's easy to play, I kind of maybe I'm inherently a little bit softer on it because it's such a good way to get introduced to playing. I think that's honestly why, like, as much as I don't really listen to modern Green Day as much anymore, like it's why I can't help but like have a really huge affinity for them, because like so much of their shit was like you could play this. Like this was not even remotely out of the realm of possibility. It would be hard to play it and sound as good, but like fucking Brain Stew, that's
anybody. Amazing, yeah. That's a great starting point.
I find it hard that I can't stop coming in my sleep.
Yeah, that's it.
No rest for God. There's nut in my eyes. I come so fucking hard.
Come right in my cum.
Gub.
Coming on.
Coming loads. All on my clothes.
With every stroke, I'm coming loads. No rest for cock, inches in balls.
No, you gotta put that.
You
gotta put that thing in where he's like, it's almost like a Bob Dylan type thing that he's got going. It's like not quite, but it's like he's like I'm coming.
I homo. Here we go. Dun.
On homo
Her
day.
face is numb with all this cum.
On homo day. Did you just say on homo day? That's a great fucking song, dude. That song reminds me. It's like it's so Dookie-esque to me. I love that song. There's something about that.
I will admit, as much as I do like that song, that was one of the songs that was like, I think it was just too overplayed for me at the time. So I can't listen to it now, but I do. It is a good song.
Okay,
but yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something. What was? Sure. And we'll move on. I recently, because they put out a new album, I went on a Green Day binge to just kind of compare and contrast. And when you go to American Idiot. The songs all have like these forward slashes, and there are two of them put together. Was it always like that, or did they fuck up? Like, if you go on Spotify right now, it'll be like holiday fucking.
Yeah, and it transitions into like something.
Yeah, and then transitions into, which feels like it fucks their numbers up too. If that's because like one of the most popular songs, obviously. Go ahead.
But if you're Green Day, do you? You probably don't care about numbers. You probably don't care about numbers at that point. You're fine. But like, yeah, I don't know. There are some songs that like transition into the other one, and I don't know if it was always like that, because that's been a thing that they've done before. Like I think there's a song on Dookie that has a transition. Like I think Chump transitions into something like the next one after Chump, and Longview. It transitions into Longview, like with that long bass, like doom 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 doom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It is weird. Sometimes sometimes on American Idiot, I just want to listen to one of them, and I have to skip ahead, and it's kind of annoying.
It's a little weird. It's that I felt like that was super inconvenient. I was like, what the fuck is this? But whatever.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be an American.
It's definitely trapped. It's definitely trapped. Trapped with Headstrong is probably the song that I liked when I was a kid that I now realize is fucking terrible. Also, that band is fucking crazy. That guy's insane, wasn't it? Didn't he like go on like a weird like Trump binge or something?
He's a fucking chud. So is Aaron Lewis of Stain, because Stain's one of my favorite bands. Stain is one of my favorite fucking bands, and I'm so sad where he became the biggest piece of shit ever. And even they just dropped an album last year, and it's fucking amazing. For like, if you're a Stain fan, it's just as good as their fucking like Break the Cycle shit, which is insane to me because it's been fucking over 2 decades. And then
I'm
this
so
piece
sad
of
about
shit's
that
like,
because
yeah, go ahead.
Google.
Go ahead.
No, let me see if I can find the Google Doc.
Are you gonna
when
pull
Aaron
up the
Lewis?
picture?
No, when Aaron Lewis made that song, that Trump song, where he was talking about like, what the fuck
God,
was it?
the Boomer Doomer song, that Boomer Doomer song. I don't even know what it's called, dude. I'll be honest, I blocked it from my memory. 'Cause I was just like, what happened? This was my
That's
guy.
personal damage. That sucks, dude.
Like, I just Stain is that one like angsty alternative metal band that I just love so much, and I wish I could. I was like, man, I wish I could write songs like this because it's just so easy. It's so slow. It's so moody. It just like I don't know.
Oh yeah, I wrote like a fake
What is
version of that song that he put out. Like I wrote it. I have it all written out, but I never did it. I was supposed to be a part of a video, but I was just like I just didn't have the time to put it in or like mix it or
What's
get
it
all
called
that done. Am I the only one? Do you remember that?
Am I the only one? That's right. It's flooding back now.
Who sees
He's like,
their
"Oh, am I-"
plans? They're trying to make
Who's
our
there?
sons and daughters trans. Is it just me? Who sees through the
Ooh.
lies?
Bars.
It's so.
Who sees
Did you see that
Satan's
picture?
spit-
Stop.
We got to do it.
It's just making me angry. You should absolutely do it.
I should.
And guys,
Oh,
that
this
picture.
is- this
Did you
is
see the picture of the coyotes? Oh, go ahead.
The
Go ahead.
coyotes.
Okay, I'll see what you're gonna say, and then I'll
No,
put it in the
okay.
chat. I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat.
All right, put it in the chat. The reason it stuck out to me is because I had a line in that song that like I remember laughing when I wrote it, but I was too scared to sing it because I felt like people would like take it seriously. Because the song goes like, "Am I the only one? Something down. I don't know. I don't remember what he said, but it was some nonsense about like who sees the Dems on TV or whatever, like you know." And I wrote, it's like, am I the only one? Sick of the soy? I like my hoods whitened with the point. And all these, like, these. I was just like,
That's
I love that
fucking
line.
perfect,
But, like,
dude.
it's good, but, like,
Yeah.
I was so scared. I was so scared to record it. Well, so what is this? So what is this coyote thing? What are you talking about?
I'm putting it in the chat right now. This fucking psychopath. Oh, hold on. I accidentally.
This better not be another image of Naruto being fingered again.
That shit.
That
that's
was wild.
best,
That you.
best tweet of mine.
That
in
was
days,
so much
bro.
more. So Aaron Lewis, he took, I think, 24 or however many coyotes and spelt out Trump 24. Just a bunch of dead fucking coyotes and spelt Trump 24.
Oh
and
my
proudly
God, I do
posted it on
remember this.
Instagram. And I'm like, you're a fucking psychopath, dude. And I was like,
That
this
is so
my
fucking
God.
crazy.
I used to fucking, this guy used to be one of my favorite fucking singers. And it's like, damn. It's just a lot of people that I admired are turning into such shitheads.
You sure know how to choose them, Derek. You sure know how to choose them, buddy.
I know. I guess it is my problem, is it?
That is so fucking scary and cringe.
Like, you would think that, like, let me take a bunch of dead animal carcasses and then spell out this guy. Like, you should never have that much. You should never revere a politician that much ever. And these people are like, nah, but this guy. I hate the elites, but this guy, he's the elite that's gonna somehow not be elite. I don't know. It's something. I'm not gonna finish that thought though. All right, let's get out of here.
Oh no, we gotta get. Let's. Where's
No,
the
let's
fucking,
get it.
Where's the patron? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
I lost it, Peter. Peter, I lost the
Peter.
Patreon, Peter.
Dude,
Yeah, I was
the
listening
scene
to,
where
I saw,
he
Shamey
eats out his
McDouchebag.
mother-in-law is the funniest shit ever to me, dog.
What happened?
Because the scream that Lois's voice actress does is crazy. When Peter eats out Babs, he gets like psychically like predisposed. Whenever he sees like a certain show, he like eats out the woman close to him.
What are you
What
talking
the
about?
fuck are you talking about?
When
What
there's
are you
some sort of
fucking-
Family Guy where Peter gets hypnotized, and whenever he hears a certain sort of like a cue on a show, he goes down on whatever woman's nearest to him. That's a real episode. So he ends up eating out his mother-in-law.
This happened on South Park, you said?
Family Guy. That's serious.
I don't even.
That
he ate out his mother-in-law.
That made me want to quit the show.
Fucking
actually,
hilarious because the way that Lois's voice actress screams is wild.
I have not seen that, and nor do I want to. I guess I don't know what the fuck.
It's funny.
That? Yeah, I guess.
I feel like that really threw me off in a way that I was not anticipating.
Lois, I have a gun, Lois. I'm coming for you, Lois.
Yeah, you're a freak, bro.
Okay, let's see. So okay, this is a funny one that I think we can. Well, I don't know. The Grognards on YouTube wrote in. It says, "What's up, homo gay men with Joe Rogan's pod?" Oh, punctuation is really important. What's up, homo gay men? With Joe Rogan's podcast getting worse, I've been on search for a podcast that fits that broad subject matter, but is also entertaining. What podcasts have you found that you all really like? I personally think this past weekend with Theo Von is pretty wild. So my recommendation. So there's this show called the Snark Tank that I think is pretty good, and that's I think where we'll leave it. I'm not going to promote other people's fucking. Are you kidding? Are you joking?
I just really don't have one though, to be honest. Especially,
I don't have one. I don't listen to podcasts.
Almost nobody does podcasts 5 days a week either. Sometimes even 6 days a week, like Joe. Like he does it like a weekly. That's why he's at like 1,000 and something episodes, 1,300, wherever the fuck he's at.
That is crazy.
I feel your pain,
How
brother.
long has he been doing this podcast?
Huh?
How long has he been doing this podcast?
He's been doing it probably since 2008 or 9, I think. I think that's when he really officially started doing it, and then, yeah. But then, like, when he started taking it seriously and started doing it 5, because that's just, nobody else does that, really. I mean, people do, like, radio, daily shows and whatever the fuck, but as far as podcasting, I mean, 2 a week is usually maximum. That's usually the maximum. Or people diversify and have 1 billion podcasts, right? So it's like
that's why so many times I'm saying the N-word, bro. Because Jesus, that's a lot. It's a lot of time sitting down and talking.
It's a lot of N-words.
You gotta say the N-word, a few of them at least.
Yeah.
The alien outside your house. The alien outside your house wrote, and he says, "Hey, blind black and my escaped experiment. Long-time patron, first-time question asker. In the spirit of the Independence Day rewrite, if you had to pick one, which cryptid would you all have a guest for the show?"
Bigfoot.
Let's assume they're all smart enough to talk. Which one?
You gotta have Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. I want to talk to Nessie, and I want to explore her relationship with Uncle Phil. That's all I want to know. I want to know how they got together. Are they dating? I want to know it all.
Yeah. Are they fucking? Like, what's going on?
You fucking Uncle Phil.
Are you? Hello,
Nessie.
Hello, Loch Ness monster. Hey, how you doing? Are you fucking Uncle Phil?
How's it going, guys? Hey guys,
Well, that's a little personal question, don't you think? Shouldn't we at least
pretty personal question.
Ask me? Yeah, maybe you at least want to get me a little drunk before we get there.
I like the idea that the Loch Ness monsters are really like he's almost like Elon Musk on the podcast on Joe Rogan, where he's like really boring. Imagine how disappointing that would be to have to have a supernatural fucking creature or like something that's borderline folklore on a show in person for the first time, and it's just boring as fuck. Like, imagine our first interview with an alien is bland. Like, it's not even as interesting as like Sydney Sweeney's Hot Ones. You know?
Yeah, just like one word answers.
Yeah.
So like, sure. Like, tell me a little bit about your plan or something. Like, it's cool. You're like, well.
that would piss me off so much. It's like, is the sky blue there? And he's like, not really. just no information out of this guy. I think I would want the chupacabra just because I want to sort out like what the fuck this guy looks like. Like, there's too many interpretations of this fucking thing. Bigfoot, I think we all have a pretty unified understanding of what Bigfoot looks like. We even have that fake footage. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, that real footage of him turning around in the woods.
So we have like a general shape, but the chupacabra is literally just word of mouth. I've seen renders of him where he's like a goblin figure. I've seen it's where it's a dog. I've seen where it's like a bat type thing. Like, I don't know what this thing is. So if I were to have one cryptid on the show, it would easily be the chupacabra, just to render the mystery solved. At least for that.
Fair. That's fair.
Because I gotta know. Because I gotta say, I don't think of a dog. I don't think of a dog when I think of the chupacabra.
I don't think of a dog at all. I don't think of a dog
I think of like this. Wait, you remember? You guys saw Scooby Doo the movie, right?
Yes.
The first one. You know those goblin, like the big
live action
goblin
one?
things they turn into? Yeah, the live action one. You know the big goblin that they turn into? I imagine one of those, but more feral.
Yeah, I almost imagine.
I'll show you what.
Like, I almost imagine like the alien from Destroy All Humans.
Or it's a Mexican. It's a Mexican, straight up.
Yeah, Mexican. Just a Mexican.
I'll show you exactly what I imagine, because ever since I saw this picture I'm put in chat, I'd be like, I'm pretty sure this is how they look. This is how I've always envisioned the chupacabras look somewhere along like that. I was like,
oh god,
pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate.
The chupacabra, yo, this is amazing.
Anything that has spikes, I'm not fucking with. Anything that has spikes, I won't fight. I feel like spikes are such an aggressive biological evolution. Like, there's such an aggressive phenotypical change that I'm like, ew, I don't like you.
It is crazy when you think about like the idea of like spikes on an animal like that, or like it's like, dude, this animal has thorns. That is fucking crazy. Like, stay away from that. There's nothing with thorns that you should be approaching. Especially animal. Especially something that could, of its free will, just come and rend you lifeless. Like, no way, man. No way.
I totally agree. Damn God.
Like most things that have spikes, granted, are like herbivores, I'd assume.
No, they're just gay.
Why?
That's still
why
ridiculous.
would you assume that?
They're just gay-vivores.
Because why would omnivores usually don't have spikes? Are more defensive things.
Yeah, but why wouldn't? I mean,
what
wouldn't it be?
What about cumnivores?
Cumnivores. They only eat cum.
Yeah. Yep.
They only eat cum. Cum was my favorite dinosaur, the Cumiosaurus.
So stupid.
They just drinks cum. What it does is it knocks out all the dinosaurs, it jacks them off, and it eats their cum, and it leaves them there. It leaves them there gaunt and tired.
So this is funny. This is an interesting one. I think the answer is pretty simple, but like Sems wrote in, he says, would it be morally wrong for me as a white man to call Bill Cosby the N-word if I ever encountered him on the street? Yes.
Yes.
Probably.
I mean, probably. There's other things you could say.
Call him the thing that he is that isn't offensive.
Yeah, imagine being like, how can I hurt? Like, I'm going to call this guy the worst thing I can think of and say the N-word, but you're saying it to a rapist, a serial rapist. Like, I feel like you're missing something. That would be bad. Not necessarily because it would be bad not for Bill Cosby's feelings, but just because it would just be like you're clearly just looking for an excuse to say it to somebody who would, like, who you wouldn't get called out on as much as anybody else for saying it. So that's kind of the problem. It's not necessarily
the worst versions.
It's not necessarily that it's to protect Bill Cosby's feelings. It's just, why do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Like, why is it that you want to do that?
Yeah, it's like that's not. I guess you've always wanted to say it, and you feel like this is finally your opportunity because you're using it for a very good reason, I guess. But
I guess
doesn't really track though. All right, what is this? Oh, okay. Well, I guess this is kind of well, there's a theme here in some way, and then this will be the last one, I think, right? Like, what are we at right now?
Yeah, it should be the last one. We are at a state of play, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's it. Wait, when is that?
It's in an hour.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we have to. I actually have to watch that. Boofing fermented piss in a Ford F-150 to achieve heaven. Wrote in. He says, "Hey boys.
Wow.
As I've grown older, my love for my first album has only grown. I keep discovering ways that that's so weird. And I keep discovering ways that American Idiot shaped my life and worldview. I'm more into imminence and currents and some deathcore these days. But every time I put on that album, it takes me right back to 3rd grade. Anything like that can... Do you have anything like that can instantly just take you back?" I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Which
American
album?
Idiot was...
I'm sorry, I got distracted by seeing that you retweeted that Tupacabra.
Oh yeah, I had to.
I got distracted. I was like, "What the fuck?" It was on my timeline. I was like, "What?"
I had to retweet it. It's just
That's
that
good.
is so good. It's
I love it.
It's such a good image too because it really does it really captures him. But let me see where the fuck. Yeah, no. So the question was, so he's talking about how he's more into imminence and currents and some deathcore these days. But he always like his first album, American Idiot, is like something that always like kind of brings him back. And do we have anything that just transports us back like that musically?
Okay. Yeah,
a ton of music, dude. My grandma's an old person, so like any sort of like soul or rhythm and blues, I'm fucking back in like it's my 5-year-old vessel running around my apartment with my grandma and my cousin. So like if I hear like Lena Horne, any Lena Horne song in general, I'm fucking a child again. And I'm like, this is scary. I don't want to be here again. 9/11 hasn't happened yet, but other than that, I love it.
Nice. 9/11.
9/11's on its way, Grandma. That's what I do immediately.
Shut up, Kingston.
Yeah.
Slow knock me out the room.
It's weird. Like there's certain albums that like bring. I find that if I listen to something for a long time, though, like if there's an album that I first listened to when I was a kid, but I listened to it like consistently, like throughout high school and through college and through adulthood. Like it doesn't do it the same necessarily, but there is a time where that music is unavoidable and everywhere. Like American Idiot was one of those albums where it's just like that was on the radio forever, basically.
Yeah.
And so I do associate American Idiot with like a really simple time, like when like Spider-Man was like the most important thing to me. But I think it's more specific. Things that do it even more are just songs and artists that I just don't routinely listen to. Like people like Michelle Branch or like 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. Like 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton like fucking rips me back into that period. And it's cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't listen. I'm not sitting in college listening to that. I'm not sitting right now listening to that. So like I have very few experiences with that song that aren't like when I was a kid listening to it on the radio or just hearing it.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. I love that feeling too. When something really just my memory takes over, and I was thinking about this recently because what was it? Killswitch Engage. There's a mix of their song When Darkness Falls that was on the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack, and so I guess the guitarist Adam, he mixed it, and it sounds so much better than the album version. The album version came out after, and I was like, this sucks dick. So whenever I hear the album version, it immediately makes me want to go back and listen to When Darkness Falls on the Freddy vs. Jason, which brings me to being in the theater because that was the credits. That song played during the credits, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And that was when Howard, he took over, and so I wasn't familiar with that version of Killswitch Engage yet. And it just blew my fucking mind. It always brings me back to that like era, and I love that. Anyone, go fucking listen to Adam's mix of that song, and then go listen to the album version, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's night and day. It's fucking.
Did you see the movie in person, Derek? You saw it in theaters?
Yeah, I went and saw it in the theater. That movie was
like
fucking
10, right?
hilarious.
No, you're not 10. You were like maybe like 14, right?
No, I was probably 15 or 16.
Yeah, okay. Because I remember when that movie came out, I was an early teen. I wanted to see it in theaters, and my sister wouldn't let me go. And I was like, "This
early teen." I don't know.
I was early. I wasn't an early teen. I was early 10s. I was maybe 11,
I would say
12.
I was like I was fucking only teen for a few years, so
that movie was fucking garbage. I hated that movie so much.
That movie was funny as fuck. What are you talking about?
It was funny as shit.
What movie?
Seeing a black girl get smacked across a room into a tree into a knife.
Freddy versus
That shit made
Jason?
me laugh my ass off. I was like, why is there a knife in a tree? Why
There
did
was
she get hit?
so much unnecessary blood. It was like Mortal Kombat levels of blood. It was so stupid.
They never did a
loved it.
sequel. It made me so upset, man. Never
They
did a
should
sequel.
have, because especially the
end.
spoiler for anybody. Spoilers.
Spoiler for any. First of all, no one here is old enough to probably remember those movies. First and
They're
foremost,
not. No one's watching Freddy versus Jason.
because
They're
that
not
came out
going to
at
watch
least
it.
19 years ago. At least.
But look, Freddy gets decapitated. Jason has his head at the end, but then fucking Freddy
smiles.
winks. He winks. So it's like, oh shit, it's still on. And of course they weren't going to make another one. Of course they weren't. Why would they make another one of those movies?
The idea
That's
of
back in the
the
era when they
wink is
stopped
so
selling
funny.
well, dude.
Oh, the wink
you
is
say?
so funny. It's so dumb.
The wink is so
That was
dumb.
like- they thought they were cooking too with that. Like you know that like like the screenwriters were like, and you know what?
and
how
then
we're
he
gonna end
winks.
it. And then he winks at the camera. And then
He
everybody in the
winks.
room,
Oh,
everybody in the
shit.
room is like, whoa!
Everybody starts topping him off. Everybody in the room starts topping him off.
Popping
He lays
champagne.
back, he unzips his pants, and they just start top everyone. It's a spit bonanza in there on them, bro.
Yeah. Hey, that's
I
a
just
great
got weird.
soundtrack,
Bouncing on
though.
his cock, sucking his dick. He's
Dude,
like,
soundtracks
yeah,
for horror
yeah.
films were fucking dope back in the day, though. That was one thing. Ghost Ship, fucking Resident Evil, just
13 Ghosts.
13 Let me tell man, we're not gonna get into 13 Ghosts, but goddamn anyone, I will say, if you like stupid ass horror films, go watch 13 Ghosts. I love that movie to death. That movie is near and dear to my heart. It's so retarded, but it's
Is that
amazing.
the one?
That
Wait,
movie's
wait,
piss.
is that the one where like they, like that entire, like an entire party gets like cut in half, or am I misremembering?
That's Ghost Ship.
That Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
Right. You're right.
Ghost Ship
Yeah.
is when
13 Ghosts
is when
were-
everyone gets cut in half, and the one person that survives because they were too short, or like they bent down to pick up something or some shit, like
quarter.
something crazy like that. Where like the only reason they lived is because like a penny fell, and he was Jewish. He was like, I can't let this pass me by, and he grabbed it. And it was
Just
just like
pure greed saved him.
You just
One thing I will
his
say
avarice.
about music, just while we're on the topic of music, I wish I've noticed this happening with a lot of punk bands that I listen to. I know Green Day did it with Dookie, and then Rise Against did it with Revolutions Per Minute, where like they'll put out like a 10th anniversary version of the album with all the demo tracks, like the demo versions or like the unfinished versions. I wish more artists did things like that. Like I wish
1000%.
I wish I could hear like the rough versions of like really polished like big hits just from like a learning perspective, just from sheer curiosity. Because like one of the things that blew my mind was listening to like the original version of like Basket Case off of Dookie.
Basket
and
Case,
none of
yeah.
none of the lyrics are the same at all, and apparently like he just like made it
Completely
up.
different.
Like he made up he was just saying words to match the melody that he was singing, so that way like they could write out a real version later, which is exactly how I write songs. I was like, oh, that's so fucking interesting to see like someone else do this, because I don't know, like I feel like you don't really normally see that.
Dude,
or you don't have access to that. It's cool.
I couldn't agree more. That is the coolest shit. And sometimes bands will put in little Easter eggs. Like say, there's two I can think of. Like Bring Me the Horizon. Actually, they released a song a few weeks ago called Kool-Aid, and it's fucking amazing. I think it's the best song they've ever released. Actually, it's crazy that I'm like, oh, this
really
make
Bring Me the
this
Horizon?
always.
Well, they've
Yeah, so
gotten
Bring Me the
better,
Horizon.
actually.
They have a song. Yeah, they've gotten exceptionally better. And I like all their, since 2013 I've liked their stuff, but this song right here just hits every itch that I like about them. And at the very end of the song, Ollie is there, like he's doing the melody too, like he's like this la, 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 and he's like, and then he just has one line, and he's like, or some shit like that, and it's just kind of cool where it's just showing the song being worked out, and I'm like, I like stuff like that. It's cool.
Yeah, it's like there's something
totally
really cool
agree,
about
man.
it. I love that shit. Kingston, is there any like is that because maybe it's just you and me, like because we're like music making people. Like I wonder if like anybody else would be interested. Like I feel like I feel like I would be really fucking curious to hear like the in progress versions.
I love B-sides of albums, particularly. Well, when it comes to rock albums, the B-side is cool because you get to hear like the progressiveness of like where the chords ended up and where this bass line turned into what. Like, because it's usually like rock music is more. It's more layered than hip hop. You know, it's more layered kind of music than hip hop is.
Yeah.
At least in the instrumental and stuff like that, it's more layered. Like when you hear producers do B-side albums, because I love B-side albums in general. I think one of my favorite albums is Untitled and Unedited by Kendrick Lamar. That is a whole B-side album. I think that is one of his best songs is on there. I think it's Untitled 5. It's a song with him and J-Rock. That song is so great because of the fact that like it's rough and it's like there's people just rapping to a beat about like a particular topic. I think it's really cool seeing how, but granted, I like that when they're done as well, because some songs that are finished sound so much different from songs that weren't finished, obviously. They have their B-sides only. So it's really, it's strange, but like I'm a big Mastodon fan, and they have like a bunch of B-side stuff on their albums, particularly their physical copies. They have a bunch of B-side shit. Wrestle the Bear Once, my friend Wrestle the Bear Once. I don't know if you know about that group.
You told us about that before.
I know who they are.
You know them. They have so much of B-side shit as well, and I know there's the lead singer is part of another group. And that other group has a bunch of B-side shit that I remember like listening to and being like, oh, this is pretty cool. But like, I don't listen to rock enough to give it like a super in-depth
well, let's just say broadly,
analysis.
Are you curious about the creative process or something in a way that...
Usually when it comes to lyrics, 100%. Because I want to see what got the person to say what they say, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can like fuck around and like rhyme stuff, but like usually thinking about the process of like where the person's going to attack the bar from, particularly someone like MF Doom, right? I would love to be a fly on the wall and see how the fuck he figures out his fucking rhyme scheme, because it makes no fucking sense.
Right. That's something that I would love to, on a bonus or a deluxe or something, they have these tracks and it's like, here's the demo, and you get to hear something where it's like, here's the origins, here is Unpolished. A lot of times it's sometimes even like the pre-production, where it's like, all right, we're just, here's what we're just throwing together and shaping the song, and you really get to kind of see like what something turned into, and sometimes it's almost 100% different, and it's like wow,
way different. You're like, huh?
And that's cool shit, because I've done that. I've repurposed lyrics because I wrote lyrics for my friend was like, hey, I want you to sing for my project, and I thought I wrote great lyrics. I wrote it about Galactus, and he was kind of like, yeah, this is cool, whatever. He didn't, he's really picky. And I was like, fuck you. I think this is great. So then I wrote my own song to it, and I thought, I thought it's just, if people knew that, and it's like a cool thing to incorporate afterward, to be like, oh, check how this kind of became a thing. And
I think all that stuff is just like super interesting. Like even in like learning that like the original PlayStation was originally like a CD attachment for the Nintendo, you know what I mean? Like things like that. Like it's just like it's fucking interesting.
That's hilarious.
to learn like how these things happen, or like how, like where they originally come from. And it bothers me sometimes because like there's a Lost Rise Against song that I've heard once and I can't fucking find it. And it really I don't know what and what's crazy is like I think they put out like the demo version by accident, and so they were like, "Oh, that's the wrong one." And they put out the proper version. They might have done that thing where they replace the file, so it takes the place of the original song or whatever.
I guess they're big enough to do that, because normally,
yeah.
Go ahead.
But like the demo was like, I felt like it was better, and it was it was the other whatever the other version of Death Blossoms is, which came out like a long time ago now, but like I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? It had like a completely different bridge, but like it had like he was screaming in a different way. The lyrics were different in the bridge too, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to that? That was so sick.
When's the last time you looked for it? When's the last time you looked for it?
I mean, it's been a while, but like I just don't. Maybe I would have to
check it out, Chris. I learned my lesson I look for stuff every year. And why? Because multiple examples, things have popped up where they weren't there anymore. There's a song on MySpace, and it only existed on MySpace for a long time, by a band called Belay My Last. They're a local band from my area. They have one song where they sing on it. That's it. Clean vocals. One song out of their catalog. Couldn't find it anywhere. Some motherfucker released it last year. He just dropped it. He just happened to have it captured, uploaded to YouTube, and I literally lost my mind. I was on the toilet, and I just searched, let me see if I can find it. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I've been looking for this since probably 2008. It's fucking crazy.
I think, why I haven't looked for it, I think, now that, because this is the first time I'm thinking about it in, like, probably since the year that I lost it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's probably been like 8-9 years. But I think the reason I stopped looking for it is because I started looking for it and I just couldn't find it. And then I think I started to think, like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe there wasn't one. Like, maybe, like, I really just thought, like, they gaslit me into thinking that version of the song didn't exist. Yeah, but, like, there's always been a part of me that's, but there's always been a part of me that's like, I know I heard it. I know I heard a different version of this. So, like, maybe that's crazy maybe that you can do. For me, I know what I experienced, at least, like, you can't even believe in your own experiences. That's terrifying. I think it's hubris that anybody does believe in their own experience, quite frankly. Like, I think
that's crazy. You sound like a schizophrenic that doesn't know have schizophrenia yet.
Kingston, you don't levels to it. Your memory is Kingston. You may be confident in your memory, but it's wrong. Like, it is everything about
That's
it
all
is
I got.
incorrect.
That's all I got.
Yeah, so what?
At that moment, it's like, what's the point,
Yeah, so what?
Because it helps.
That's all I got. That's all you got,
There's levels to it, man. I feel like what you're saying, Chris, I think there is, like, say me, I heard it on MySpace, so there was actually thinking to myself, did I misremember? Was it a different band? Right. Because I couldn't find it anywhere. Until I finally found it. How many years later? Fucking 20. Yeah, it was 22 years later or something. No,
the thing about it was that it was like I think it was like a pre-release version of it, or like it was like leaked 16. Or something on some website. So I didn't even hear it through like an official channel. It wasn't like posted anywhere. I just remember hearing it and then just losing it, and then being like, well, I have to open up myself to the possibility that I fucking hallucinated this. Like, I have to. Because, like,
this not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
Not real.
But I think another reason why I just didn't look for it is, I mean, outside of the just fact that I just kind of forgot about it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know.
What was it called again?
It's called Death Blossoms.
Let's see. Let's while you're reading the little names.
Yeah, let's
see if I can.
Yeah, let's. Well, the thing is, like, you wouldn't be able to tell it. You'd have to listen to all of it.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I'm just hoping.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
I'm just hoping that there's a description that says something.
Yeah, maybe. I really hope I'm not crazy and that I did experience this. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's read our $25 and up. What's that thing that that those freaks in Red Dead 2 say? The family that speaks.
You're a good man, Arthur Morgan. What is that?
No, it's that family that you rob, or it's like that weird family that doesn't speak. Like, they speak English, but no one knows what the fuck they're saying.
And they drug you.
I'm gonna flag your. I'm gonna something your felt. I'm gonna flag your felt or something. Like,
I was watching. Has really big titties, and there's the fat brother. There's the fat brother with the really big titties.
I don't remember exactly.
I haven't encountered them in the game. I only keep seeing clips of them. So when I played the first time, which was in 2018 or whatever, I just didn't encounter them. And I've just seen clips of them. Like, you kill his sister and that guy will follow you to the ends of the earth. It's so funny. Or they'll drug you. Wait, go ahead. What?
The best area in that game is once you get to the swamp. Once you get to that little plantation area near the swamp area, that is the part of the game to really explore. You find like the fucking wood, you find like the fucking like swamp people, you find all those wild alligators, you find that family. Like, that part of the game is the best area to like really just enjoy the sandbox and play in. It's so fun.
Saint-Denis, that is the best part of the game, for sure. Pretty sure it's Saint-Denis. I'm pretty sure that's what that area is.
Area is so fucking fun, dude. It's so much shit. You find a clan. Finding a clan is still one of my favorite moments in that game, bro.
Let me make sure.
It's so
I found the
fucking
clan. There was a guy that tied up Lenny and then delivered. No, it wasn't Lenny. I think it was a random black dude. I can't remember. Some guy was like, "What happens if you tie up a black guy and deliver it to the clan?" They didn't do anything. They didn't. I was like, it was a missed opportunity that Rockstar didn't actually trigger something if you did that.
Offers him a black.
Yeah, like you put him down, but then the guy just ends up killing everybody in the clan afterwards because he's like, whatever, might as well.
He sets himself on fire, he runs into everybody else, and everybody burns to death. God, I love that game, man. Such a good video game.
It's great. I keep wanting to play, but I gotta get through. I'm doing the world tour of Street Fighter 6 right now. I'm having fun with it.
I'm gonna play Tekken probably. I'm gonna probably get
my
that
heart
game
is breaking right now because
every black person plays Tekken. It's kind of another part of the.
You can find
part
it.
of the.
I'm looking and like there's
Are you looking?
Like, I looked up Death Blossom's other Rise Against other version and there's not even a mention of another version. So either I am so here's the thing. Either I am their biggest fan, which is probably not impossible, or and I just happen to find that in a way that no other actively online member has.
That's
or
great.
I just made it up.
You should message them.
I gotta go on the Reddit. I gotta go on their Reddit. Be like, does anybody else, please? I don't normally turn to Reddit, but I need to be saved here. Do any of you go to Reddit, the Rise Against subreddit or whatever? Be like, do any of you remember an alternate version of this song? Please, please say yes. Also, I don't care if you do. Just please say yes.
We have homeless panhandlers that will clip this and send it to the Rise Against singer.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Handlers. Because you guys don't have dishes. You guys have pans and pails.
Yeah.
No dishes and plates. Fucking bum bastards.
Yeah,
you
you
rat bum.
So
You rat bum.
I'm a little bummed out that I never. I'm not that I'm entitled to it, but I am a little bummed out that I did all those covers and I never heard anything from them.
Damn.
That shit is
Especially because, specifically because I did one Nico Vega cover, and they immediately responded. And I was just like, well, come on,
guys. Some
guys.
shit. Did I tell you when fucking Shovel from System saw my cover and didn't fucking say anything? Where I'm like, it cost you nothing to even just double tap it, bro. And then I had to find out from fucking what was her name, Amber Rose.
Oh yeah.
I had to find out from fucking Amber Rose that like she sent me the screenshot, like, oh yeah, I heard it. It was dope. I'm like, what the fuck?
The fact that you were in Amber Rose DMs is crazy, Derek.
Yeah,
that is that is a weird thing that has just occurred.
Really weird. What that was a long time ago too. People probably don't even know about this. The new listeners. Long story short, I released a cover of Mario Judah. Right? Remember when Mario Judah was a thing during the pandemic?
Yeah.
I did a cover of his song. Azalea Banks saw it.
It looks like me.
And then that shit was funny, man. That's fun. Come on, man. That was a fun time.
Azalea Banks
where
saw
everybody
it.
was tagging you and shit. So Azalea Banks saw it. Put me in her story. So then other people saw it. That's how Amber Rose saw it. We were talking a little bit, and then Azalea Banks wanted to come to my house. She wanted to come to my house to record something, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm in a bum ass I'm in South Central in a dilapidated fucking house that probably has mold in it, for sure has rats in it, because my fucking grandma's house was just completely untaken care of before she died. So then I was there and I was telling her, do you have a studio? Because you can't come here because you'll never come back for sure. And I was like,
there's for sure rats.
Yeah, there was.
That's never something you want to hear.
There is rat here.
There is rat. I saw one of those mice pieces of shit. Fucking like, I brought in some carne asada fries, and then I went to go like take a piss or something, and then I'm like, I heard something like something's off, and I'm looking by the bookcase, and that little fuck jumped off the bookcase, did his little flattening thing under my door, and I'm just like, fuck this place. There's fucking mice and rats.
Did he shit on your? Did he shit on your carne asada fries?
He didn't get there. If I would have probably took a shit or something and left long enough, they probably would have had a fucking like a party. But luckily, I only left for a bit.
Can you imagine walking out of the bathroom to see a rat shitting on your food and then leaving and just running away?
That fucking, I had PTSD for a while, man. I hated that shit, but I was there to help fix up the house.
I hate rats. I hate rats with a pet. Like when I was little, me and my dad, like sometimes like we would end up, I don't know, like at like a family house or just somewhere where we would have to, we would go hunting mices, and we'd have to kill them. We'd have to put them in a bag and bash them against the stairs.
I wish you didn't remind me of that. I remember you said that.
What I would do is
barbaric.
I would get a bunch of rats, right, and then I'd put them in a freezer.
Okay, let's read the credits.
Is that where that stopped?
I think that's the funniest place for that to stop.
I wish we already read the credits, because that would have been a perfect.
Just end it.
That would have been a perfect cold exit.
Right.
Would be, put a bunch of rats in the freezer.
That is insane. You just put them in the freezer, and then
I would trick them with toys and cheese, and then I'd put them in the freezer and I'd leave them there.
Toys.
You enticed rats with toys.
Not even food or bait, just toys.
And
it's like,
cheese.
what do rats like? What do rats like, Arthur? Now, Dutch, we gotta get rid of these rats. Now, Arthur, what do rats like? I don't know, Game Boys.
Game Boy. Give him Jack's Game Boy. Hey, Jack.
Give him Jack's Game Boy. He don't play with it no more. Not since he found out about fishing. Doesn't care about all that old stuff.
Could you imagine a kid imagine me, the kid is like, what do you like doing? I really like fishing. It's like, oh, that kid's gonna kill somebody when he grows up.
Can you imagine a world where technology reverses? And like,
I can't.
so really conceptualize this for a moment. Like, your grandparents grew up with like high-end PCs that could run like incredible simulated realities, and then we are born into like the PS2, like where things are like really simple, but like they're still
where's
fun.
It now?
Now we'd be in like the Atari.
Oh my god!
And so you'd have a scenario where he's like, where you're like, yeah, I gave Jack my old Steam Deck, but he's just too interested in hitting rats with a stick outside.
Steam Deck is lame. Fuck
Steam Deck is lame. You're not even seeing the world around you, Dad. It's just the same. It's the same exact like conversation that we have generationally now, but like completely reversed. It's like, you're always looking at your phone, Dad. Like, you're always looking at your fucking phone. Why don't you go outside and breathe in the fresh air?
The idea of a bunch of kids chasing on a rat with a bunch of sticks and slamming those sticks on that rat.
And
the rat takes the hit and it squeals and it keeps trying to run, and then you hit it one time and it doesn't have enough energy to run anymore. You just start hitting it, and the sound.
Little Jack, Little Jack, he doesn't like video games. He just likes to go outside, look at the stars, and try not to be scared. And that's it. That's all he does. Tries not to fear the sky. It's a favorite pastime of Old West people. All right, let's read these fucking credits. God damn it! I feel like this is gonna be one of those episodes where we go off the Kingston.
Let's go.
Kingston, hurry!
3.
Count us down. We've only got 20 minutes before the state of play. We gotta go.
2.
Very true.
1. Start now.
I just hold on. I had to scroll down all the way to make sure it wasn't on, like, it didn't load 50 pages again.
Right.
Fuck bitch ass Patreon. This website can suck my fucking balls and my dick and my cock. Chris,
shit.
thanks for not making the 200th guest be Julia Louis-Dreyfus duct taped to a chair. Glad Sween talked you out of it. He did.
Wow.
He did. It was my main. It was all I wanted. But
Yeah.
if I had a time machine, I don't think people are even aware of how selfish I would be. Because that's, I think, all I would do. I would marry into that
I'd go back
family.
in time when she's still, before she knows who she is yet, and I'd bang her up one. I'd bang her up one or two.
I'd marry that. I'd marry her for sure. Like, that's so much money.
One or two.
That's so much
That
money.
is, yeah.
Bang her up.
That's
It's so much money in a
fucking rich, dude.
She's rich, funny, and at the time, pretty fucking hot. So, like, to me, that's like, what the fuck? There's like
She's
literally
Nepo
no.
rich. She's Nepo rich. Then she's earned her own money rich as well.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice to have.
Well, it would be cool, but
I'd pump her up a few times.
I wish
bang
I
her
had
up
a
few
time
times.
machine, but we stopped making those because the kids just weren't interested.
We were once able to transcend our
That is
human
the
forms,
fucking
but
most
now everybody
outrageous
wants
thing.
to play cash.
It's so outrageous. They're just fucking toys, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to play with their time machine no more.
Yeah, they don't want to go back and laugh at. They don't want to go back and laugh at George Washington's stupid, fucked up teeth no more. That was all we used to do in high school. We'd skip study all to go to 1776, poke fun at George Washington's gross fucking lead wooden chompers, and leave. Now,
Good at that.
now you'd be hard pressed to see a kid even make a Facebook post. So lazy.
Damn shame.
Damn. Oh, damn shit. There's something about comparing that fantastical nature with like that mundane. Like, what was it that yesterday we were talking about too? Like Kingston, the Vegeta as a streamer. Or like, no, Derek. It was Derek's joke from like a million podcasts ago, where just Derek like brought up the prospect of Vegeta as a streamer, and it's just like
As
the
a
idea of that is so. Like we were talking about that yesterday while playing Halo. We were talking about like the idea that like his gimmick would be that he would be the only streamer that you could swat because he's not in any danger.
He's actually not threatened by it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not threatened. And so like he'd be playing like Pal World or something, and then like he'd get swatted, and then he'd go like, "Real original guys." And then he'd have to like just to explain it to the police that like, "Hey, you can't hurt me. You should simply leave."
You should. Yeah, you can.
Thanks for the gifted sub.
Thanks for the.
We'll be back from Pal World. Hype train. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Patreon cuts off my nay. The UK English dub of Dragon Ball. Bargains imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolute savings.
Absolute savings.
Leon Sams, big meaty stinks. Andy, the man who's handy, is our S tier and dandy. New sex move called doing a fucking infinite. What is that? Where you come an infinity symbol?
I love that.
What is that?
That is cool.
I don't know what that is.
It's when you fuck her so hard you create an infinity stone in her cooch.
I want
Yeah.
to come in infinity. I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah.
You nut an infinity stone on her in her cooch. You fucking.
I don't know why people haven't
all
thought to
the
do that
pressure.
before.
That's crazy.
Why haven't
Too
people
much.
thought to do that?
To come to
What?
infinity? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Why haven't people thought about like doing simple things to get rich, like pressure cooking coal into diamonds? Like, I don't
Or-
understand.
Yeah, why?
I don't get it.
Why not?
The answer is
So
right in
simple.
front of you, stupid.
Yeah, dummy.
What I don't understand is that why people before back in the days where like people could hit their kids. Why wouldn't people be like, "Hey, I'll beat your kid for you," and make it a money maker?
Well,
like
it used to
that.
be that everybody beat the kids.
But what if you're like, I'm tired, I gotta work and everything. I'm like, I'll beat the fuck out of your kid for free, dude.
For free.
Within an inch of their life, I would do it for you for free. No,
They're
nothing.
already getting beat up for free. That's what being a kid is at that time. You just get you get beat up and then you get scoliosis at a wildly young age, and then you pass away in your late 30s, and then that's it.
I mean, when you have that much lead in your everything, how do you not get scoliosis? You're just all like
you cut your finger and you start writing with it like a pencil.
yeah. And then there you go.
Let me go. Chris only likes Okay, so we read this last time, but Derek wasn't here because his internet cut out. For that episode. Chris only likes Julia Louis-Dreyfus because he kind of looks like her.
It's a wild take.
Why is there two? What's going on? What is this?
What do you mean?
I mean, did I miss something? Like
the pregnancy of that pause was crazy. No, so I tweeted like a thirst trap of Julia. No. What happened was Smokey tweeted about. She tweeted, Smokey, my friend apparently, tweeted thinking about that time that I looked at my friend's phone when he opened TikTok and it automatically opened to a Julia Louis-Dreyfus fan edit. And everybody in the comments was tagging me. It's like, it's obviously Chris. It's obviously Chris. It's obviously Chris. And then so I posted the edit because, of course, naturally I downloaded it. So I posted it on Twitter and I was like, stop attacking me, or why am I being bullied? And then it exploded. So that's why it's being referenced a lot. But I don't look like this woman at all. I don't understand.
Not even remotely.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I wish I did. Oh my god, if I looked like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I'd be. Well, first of all, I'd have a way different career path. I'd be making buco bucks on OnlyFans right now. Sure would. Heath Smoker, canceling my Patreon to afford my health insurance. Weak sauce.
Boo.
How? Boo. Something about just
you gotta let him know.
But the way you cocked it back and ended it so quick was like, because usually people are like boo, like they draw it out. But like the inhale,
you were trying to scare somebody.
Boo, like it was a statement.
Yeah,
like it was like a matter of fact.
I feel it like I want you to feel it like a Hadoken. I always want you to get hit by it. Like that's what.
Boo!
Like just you suck.
Oh fuck! It really is all the delivery, man. Delivery fucking kills. My Metal Gear is rising, and my Snake is solid.
Let's go.
Jesse Pickman, Ben Shapiro rapping with Tom McDonald. Parentheses real, by the way. Homeless trans femme who has a town inside her. Alexander and Alejandro El homosexual.
Very cool.
So stupid. El homosexual. Hey. Un pedazo sensual. Hey. He stole that guy's pizza. Big fella. You are tuned into 98.7 WRIP with Negro in the Spick. Mariachi music with foghorns. The Snark Tank is my favorite Marxist podcast. JK, y'all libs. But I still love you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Despite the fact that we are indeed libtards.
Yeah.
No, you're a libtard.
I have Karl Marx on my fucking. I worship him, nigga. What are you talking about? He's behind my fucking foam.
Yeah.
You whip it down. And there's just nudes of him.
I have various dangerous beliefs that I cannot express without the risk of getting everything canceled.
Amen.
So
there are some things I agree with that are not respectable. But so
look,
what?
I won't say this because I know you can get in trouble for saying it. But I am tired of. Well, no, I shouldn't say it. I'm not tired. This is my pitch for a show. Okay, my pitch for a new show is about a guy who is tired of pretending like there are certain people who shouldn't die. That's the name. That's the show. That's the pitch. like this guy is kind of tired of having to pretend like they're, that politicians shouldn't have guillotines wheeled up to their estates, But that's the show. That's the show that I'm talking about. It's not. I would never express something like that because that would be dangerous. But with this is just the pitch that I'm working on for this show.
Greenlit
is all I'm saying. Greenlit, greenlit, kill him.
Greenlit.
I think anybody would option that shit, dude.
Yeah. I hate pretending like that's whatever. Fuck it, carry on with the Britain slander. Britain slander shit sucks here. Listening to Sweeney makes me consider racism. Chris, use your ass as a condom for my shotgun. Or I'll use your ass as a condom for my shotgun. Baller of the first sin, spum befudders. Excuse me, I'd like you to imagine Jill Valentine. I like the politeness of this. I'd like you to imagine Jill Valentine getting deep dicked by Crash Bandicoot. Thanks.
Wow.
I mean,
spinning.
Whoa! What's really?
I can't. Little off. There it is.
He's just drenching that girl.
Wow.
He's coming all over the room.
I will say, so so I know what you were trying to...
Motorboat.
That was a fucking... Whoa, that was really good, actually. That actually sounded a lot like the fucking sound effect.
I love that sound, dude.
That's great. That's nuts. That was like Michael Winslow, fucking Police Academy shit. That was like really jarring how good that was.
It's very flattering.
That's such a dated reference, by the way.
Right. There's probably only you have to be a certain age to even.
Because I barely know that. Like that was old to me. So like, there's like, oh yeah, fucking. There's three. It might as well be the Three Stooges.
It might as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a certain point.
But yeah, Crash. So the image that I know you wanted me to imagine Crash Bandicoot fucking Jill Valentine, but like all you've done was by saying this, you've actually put me in the scenario where I'm fucking Jill Valentine because because there was a point where I was living with my friends, my so-called friends who are supposed to love and care and support me. Where I walked out in shorts with no shirt. Because it was, I don't know, man. That's just how I dress usually when I'm at home. Like, I'm not going to wear clothes and get them all sweaty and dirty if I'm not going outside. Also, I live in LA, so it's hot. So I'm walking around, and I walk into the kitchen, and a bunch of our friends are over, and then my roommate says, she turns to me. They're watching TV in the living room. You're there too, Kingston, I think. And she says,
I was there, yeah.
You look like Crash Bandicoot. Because I have a bit of a Dorito frame, and I was wearing the fucking blue shorts.
The blue shorts.
And I just felt so insulted. I threw those shorts away, by the way. I had blue shorts that I threw away because of that. Man. I was like, I can't.
You're wildly pussy for that. You're mega pussy for that. But
were they jorts? Were they like jean shorts, or were they just blue color?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, they were denim. They were denim shorts. Well, to be fair, they sucked also. Like I already didn't like them. So to then be compared to Crash Bandicoot and not like him, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be compared to a fucking fictional Australian marsupial or whatever the fuck he is for clothes that I don't even like.
I've been debating on getting back into them because I was into them when I was like 6th, 7th grade. And then
you were a jort wearer.
Yeah, when I was 6th, 7th grade. I think that's when I think it's appropriate for kids to wear jorts. I think a lot of, especially kids my age, not
self-cut.
They were popular.
There's a fine line between jort and Daisy Duke.
I completely agree because the only ones that I own now are I cut my black jeans into jorts, and they look good, but they're not proper blue fucking, tapered. You know what I mean? Those are jorts. Those are John Cena.
You're getting there. You're edging that line, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's edge even further.
Jordan, bro.
Yeah, let's keep edging.
Let's edge even further. Jolly old dipshit.
Chris, you gotta hurry up. We have 9 minutes.
All right. We'll do it. Jolly old dipshit. The Medea cinematic universe. Boofing fermented piss in a Ford F-150 to achieve heaven. Becoming homeless to support the homies. All right. We lost we lost that person with the health insurance. We got a homeless man. Cyphergraph. Gay Peter Parker be like, I'm going to put some dick in your mouth. Blue Eyes White Drag Queen. Nice.
White drag. Good. Nice.
And that's you gay hoe.
You gay hoe. You gay hoe. Stupid.
So dumb.
Should have
Oh my god. Demanding royalties from Derek since he used one of my lyrics for the gay Enter Sandman
it was
cover.
you. It was this person. I didn't know who it was. The Yummy Cummy Land. It was the Yummy Cummy Land. That was a Snark Tank line. And
Can I
was
say
That's
something?
fucking brilliant.
We didn't mention it when we talked about the Ben Shapiro thing you did because we kind of got past it. But when you said "leave my ass ajar," I laughed out loud, very loudly.
I was very proud of that line. I was very proud of that because I was like trying to what can I get to rhyme, and I was like, oh my god, that's perfect.
Leave my ass ajar.
It's a jar. It's like just leave it. If you know what a jar means, it's like so it's so like
good.
Not even
it's very
gaped.
good.
It's just like a jar,
like loosely
It's just
propped
left open. Just left open. That's what it means.
Just beautiful.
I just wanted to mention that because it cracked me up. All right. Chris Gregun's obnoxiously loud sigh. I do sigh loudly. Oh well. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Snark Tank, a gay racist podcast. This is episode 300. My name is Colin Moriarty and I'm gay. Andy, why you so gay? So Andy, why you so gay? Are you homo, Andy? You've been dick down. You've been fucked in your smooth booty hole. Sweeney's superpower is being confidently wrong. Back to Tank of Cum. Caucasian container in the Cracker Barrel for gays. Donald Trump burping on Dom's clit. Fight me, Greg Miller, for what you've done to my boo. Do Christian girls squirt holy water? King Kong's Ding Dong wrote in. All I want to do is bust inside a guy or two. I'll fuck him and then I'll fuck you. Thank God we're gay. No rain. She pipkin on my pippa. Possum can't smell and Chris is kind of right. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so he can't. This guy can't. He doesn't have a sense of smell, but he can. But there is something. That's interesting.
No,
Elaborate on that shit, brother.
No.
That's what we need.
That idiot has partial damage to his ability to smell.
We already had this discussion.
He does not have a complete lack of being able to smell. That guy's a fucking retard. I'm sure of it. I'm sure he's a fucking idiot. People are so stupid. If you can smell,
we already
you're
went
not
out
completely
this.
laced in the smell.
That's not about that. We had this conversation. How do you forget? Do you just not have object permanence, but with conversations?
Chris, no. I'm telling you that the way he's perceiving things is wrong. It's not. He has partial. It's
if you
partial.
Lose your sense of,
Guys,
if you lose your sense of sight, you are blind.
We got to go.
But you're not. You're not.
Stop.
Never mind. Fuck you. Never mind. We'll get into this next time.
We will pick this up in another episode.
We'll pick it up. We'll pick it up. God damn it! I know
idiots.
I'm right.
Why are there so many dumb
right.
people walking around, dude?
I know, right? Vince McMahon
that guy
actually
shouldn't have access to the computer. You need to he should have his computer revoked from him.
Shut up. We have to.
Fuck! I'm so sick of dumbasses.
Vince McMahon actually shat on a woman's head during a threesome, allegedly.
Oh my god! I am so sorry we did not mention this. I am so sorry we didn't mention this. This is huge news for me. Oh my god! Next episode. Fuck! I can't believe we didn't talk about this at all.
What made it funny? Derek, what made it funny is that me and Chris were like, I bet Derek was like in the room of that happening, like drinking a yoo-hoo, while Vince McMahon was fucking his bitch and shat on her fucking head.
Dude, I went into another dimension of insanity reading his text messages. We're gonna read them out on the next show.
Yeah.
They're insane.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do the next episode about it, or we do the extra ammo about it. Honestly, like I don't know.
The extra ammo because holy shit, shit!
I'm gonna write it down just so we don't forget. Vince, McMahon, and blind argument redux.
Argument.
All right, we got 4 minutes.
I can't believe I forgot about this.
Average clit energy. Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that. What starts with my Hellcat is push to start and ends with ER. Just the hard R. Star Coffee. Yo, I can work on Gangsta Quest. Fuck me, police. NWA. Keith David from John Carpenter's The Thing. I stopped paying my rent so I could be a real fan. Transfem Gremlin. Exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million radians of ionizing radiation. Yush, not Vinpen. The Angelic DM, big dudes fucking the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as I'm on my knees, so take off your clothes and strike a violent pose. Blah, 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 blah. Craig the Canadian, Mike Ehrmantraut was Commissioner Gordon in Arkham Knight.
Yeah, he was.
We fact checked that. I
didn't know that. It's been too long.
It's crazy.
Wow. I'm actually a little bit sad that I didn't get to discover that on my own, because I would have played Arkham Knight again at some point and be like, oh my God. Walter,
Batman,
Bruce.
you killed the Joker, Batman. God damn it, we have no time. We have no time. Daily
Walter,
Wire
you
presents
killed
Matt
the
Walsh's What is a Black?
man.
Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey. I live in Philly and everything you said is true. Look up Kensington Beach 215 on Instagram. Racist Alanis Morissette be like, and what did you expect? They're N-words. 3XO inventing a new sect of Islam where you get 72 femboys after blowing up the bathroom. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. I walk a lonely road. The only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I'm fucking gay.
Brilliant.
That's great. Obi, won't you blow me? That's so good. It makes it, I'm annoyed that we can't spend time praising that. Obi, won't you blow me? Norwegian game dev is homeless and gay. Let me smash Kremlin the Gremlin. If I hear one more Chumba Casino ad, I'll kill you. Deeth Cavid, Apton Oak, fucking police coming hard as I thrust and pound. Avi, asshole in the queer mar, asshole in queer mar go to cum castle. Derek and Kingston, look up only OGs remember this Jade moment on YouTube. Wageslay 583, a sad guy from Michigan, down bad for helicopter dick emoticon, so I can see Chris go emoticons going like this. To it, the Papini Brothers Emporium of All Right, Snark Tank, Feast Your Eyes on the Gay Doctors Remix, Donk Dockerson, Monkey Yatsu, You Gotta Pay the Troll Souls Again to Boys Hole, Gate 6, Joe Biden unhinging his gaping maw to suck the melanin out of any so-called black person who didn't vote for him, Ed and Patrick Starr fighting Jews in the tunnels in the Israel-Palestine rat wars, Here Comes the Cum,
Hell yeah.
Here Comes the Cum, doo-doo-doo-doo, If I Were a Gay Man with a Femboy or Two, An Evil Lesbian, Blow Me My Gay, So Faggy Bro, The Gauger Scale, Gumballs, voice actor calling Dream the F-slur. My girlfriend chews balls like bubblegum. John Strickland. So lay down that pussy. When it's tight, I cream again. The Head by Gayvel. Merck's 1889 gay Halo parody following the adventures of Master Beef. The first Church of Keith David, who also misheard the lyrics and thought it was Secret Asian Man. The second Church of Keith David featuring being better than the first Church of Keith David. Pre-Ross, Blake, Gate 96, crypto scammer with the YouTube sensation, Logan Paul winning the United States Championship at WWE Crown Jewel. He said, son, have you seen gay porn? What would you say if I throated your wood? Just grab on the stick. You'll even get laid. Booker T calling Hulk Hogan the N-word on live TV and immediately regretting it. Gay Van Halen, hot for teacher, a male teacher. That's so dumb.
This is a male teacher.
Lost my job at Kohl's. They caught me playing with the mannequin's boobs. Alaskan oil field trash. Texas tater salad. Pungent clown pussy that's filled with Sween's puke. Sue Hulk tickled my ass hairs. Nikki Ziggy. I've got my dick in my nostrils. Marcus currently working on turning off the hammer of dawn outside of Sweeney's room. A roughly human-shaped pile of red flags. Kang K rules : Wicket 4909, Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Chris, Unprivate Your Twitch Broads, Duck Hunt, The Jiu-Jitsu Master slowly but inevitably be mounting you, Ethereum, Perjurian Hunter, Melphis One, Angriest Crowd, enjoying the view from the Dealey Plaza, and as always, rounding out our list, King of Haphazard. Goodbye.
Goodbye. It's literally on.
Later, niggas.